What's going on, guys? Welcome to Beastly Thoughts Live, episode 40. Guys, we are officially middle-aged. That just happened.
Including me?
So, everybody was talking before the show. What should we talk about? All I've been doing is playing Destiny. I haven't opened up a web browser in 14 days. But we actually have quite a bit to talk about. We got to talk about Mojang buying or getting bought by Microsoft. I can't believe we missed that last week. Everybody forgot about it except for Robbie. He was all over it. We're gonna talk about Microsoft, or we're gonna talk about Destiny again. We promised not to do it for the entire show, but we'll be doing it. Brett,
we can start now and end at the end of the show because we've already talked about other stuff. So, Destiny. No, go ahead, Briar.
Beastly, what have you been playing this week? What have you been up to?
I've been playing Destiny. Played a little bit of Minecraft this week. I know I'm late to the party on Minecraft. Kind of the same way I felt when it came to playing The Last of Us multiplayer. Minecraft is something that I've been enjoying.
Little later on Minecraft, though.
Yeah, yeah, quite a bit. About 5 years late. But yeah, we've been playing Destiny. We got in together, the BC Thoughts gang, and spent a few hours playing yesterday. Playing with my wife. She's playing right now. It's a very addicting game, man. Just the amount of things that you're constantly building your character and finding, and the loot system, and just it's a really fun experience. That's all I've been playing.
Not too nerdy. How you been? What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Destiny, the Minecraft edition, the skin. No, they have that, though, in case you guys are wondering. They have servers up for, you can play Destiny P versus P as Minecraft characters. But, yeah, so, just Destiny. That's pretty much all I've been doing, Nothing too much. Did garage sales today, which I got a whole bunch of just stuff that, like, I am just wasting money. Like, now I'm just, like, getting insane with certain things, but I'm actually happy with the one find that I got, or two finds that I got. So I'll show you guys.
I love and hate those videos. I love them because they're entertaining. I hate them because they make me want to start doing it.
Let's just say I found this lady that she said that, she wasn't selling too much at her garage sale, but I asked her if she has any, like, Nintendo video games or anything. She's like, yeah, I think I do. Then she comes out with, like, 2 bags, and not just the bags, like, they're original bags for that company, so I don't want to give too much away, but they're like in perfect condition inside. She has like every accessory and everything for it. I'm like, and somehow I persuaded her. I only spend, $43 for both things. So
really,
to me, that's something that I normally don't even spend that much at garage sale, but to me, that was well worth it once you see what it is. So
is that video coming out tomorrow?
The video is gonna try to come out on Tuesday because I had something I was going to do for tomorrow, but now I have to add on this stuff, this pickup. I didn't think I was going to get this pickup, to be honest with you, but I got it.
Robbie, how you been? What have you been playing? I know what you've been playing. I know what everybody's been playing.
We don't have to answer that. Exactly.
We've all been playing Destiny every night together.
Guys, I've been playing Destiny, the Indie Edition.
Tell me more about this game. Was it Destiny?
Yes, but it was Destiny, the Indie Edition. Very different game.
Very different.
Now, to be honest, I haven't been playing nearly as much as you guys. I haven't been able to put in those hours, but I feel fortunate to be almost level 24 at this point.
Wow, you leveled up quick, huh?
Yeah, I've been finding that light, man. And it's like crack, it's all white, that light. And once you level it up and equip it. And
what I was telling Hector before the show, white is right.
We did.
I hear that a lot in my house.
Yeah, being a 9 to 5 gamers, actually, we were farming on Destiny. We're just farming, growing a couple things.
Yeah, back to that Minecraft tie-in again.
It was actually fun. We were just going around in circles looking for different things. We found ways to get spin metal. We found ways to get something on each planet, and we're just going around and getting stuff. We found the easy way of getting things, and we have like for every like materials, stuff like that. We have at least 60 for each or 50 for each. Like we just got massive amounts. Yeah. So
where did this happen? This happened last night.
Yeah. We did that for a while. And then every time we kept going around, we kept finding like loot crates in like different sections. Like there's border on top. Like there's places that you think that you're not allowed to go to, and like if you go behind it, there's loot crate there. There's places all over the map, and we were just looking for it together. It was pretty cool.
Well, you're gonna have to show me how to get the rare iron or the relic iron on Mars. I really need that.
Easy, dude. Like that's what we were doing on Mars. The relic iron is the one that we had, and we actually stopped. We were like, I think we got enough. I stopped at like 66. I think he stopped around that much too. So, like, we just stopped doing the relic iron. But that one's easy to tell from a distance too. You could jump up in the air and you can see relic iron from a long distance.
Can you?
Yeah.
I always have trouble spotting it.
It has like a glow to it. It's like a weird glow to it that you can see from far away. So
there's one thing I did last night in Destiny that I didn't know before, and Kate and I were playing. Of course, I had to leave the BC Thoughts game to play with my wife, but the way that the game is set up, especially if you're doing the little trick to farm armor or weapons in the little cave, you don't have to do anything but be in the location. You don't have to shoot your gun at all. If you pull up to that location and there's 3 or 4 guys firing into the cave, you can go and sit, and you will get just as much stuff as them. You don't have to do anything. And so I don't think the guys last night knew, but Kate and I went. I actually made a video on it. We just sat next to them for about 30 minutes, and every time they ran into the cave, we ran into the cave, and we got tons of loot just like they did. So I don't know why Bungie would create the system that way, but that's how it works. If you're in the vicinity, whether you're partied up with anyone, if they're in your fire team or not, if the enemy dies, you have just as much of a chance of getting loot as the people who were killing the enemies. And I thought that was pretty unique last night.
There was an article on one of the forums. Someone's figured out this. It goes by probability. So if you're in a group, there's a probability for like the people in the group what you'll get for the drop as a group. Then there's probability for what you get when you kill someone with precision shots. Precision shots gives you an increased probability where something's going to drop. And that's the way it goes for both. So it's not just the group, it's also your shots as well. That's why sometimes when you shoot, you'll get something quicker than if you just wait for everyone else to get it for you. But they have 2 different probabilities for it. But the problem is they just keep spawning enemies. It's the enemies are reoccurring. That's the problem for Destiny right now, because they didn't take that into consideration. It doesn't matter where you are around any planet. If you look at a section, if you kill a certain amount of enemies in a certain area, if you go
back,
stay
there, they're coming back. Yeah,
they'll come back to that area again. And you could do that, especially the bounties where it says kill 10 majors or whatever. If you already found a major, you kill it. You kill the enemies around it just to make that major spawn again, so you can kill the same major. That's why I don't even leave the area. I just kill the same major over and over again by just killing the people around it, so it'll spawn back. And I don't have to leave the map. I do the same thing. So
it's very similar to the way that most MMOs are structured, though. I mean, even the MMOs I play on my PC, when you're out there grinding and you're fighting particular enemies, no matter where you are, if that's an area where enemies spawn, they're going to come back. And that's something that we had to learn. Actually, I learned the hard way last night. I thought it was an area that enemies wouldn't spawn because the guys in front of me had already killed them. So I chilled in the corridor, ran and got me something to drink, came back, and I was dead. They spawned right back on me. But,
Oops.
Yeah, shit happens.
You guys think, all right, so I'm actually glad. I don't know if this is a bug or if Bungie just said, let them have their cake. It takes so long to pick up stuff once you start getting to the end game of Destiny, right? Once you hit level 20 and you're looking for light armor and you're looking for legendary weapons, and God forbid you actually find an exotic weapon. Now, yeah, it should feel like a special event when you get stuff, but does it take too long? Is it too frustrating that you keep getting legendary drops and they're filled with baloney items that you don't want?
Oh, you mean the little Ingram?
Yeah. I mean, is it? Do you think that they need to amp up kind of the level of progression after level 20? Do you think it's right? Do you think they should get rid of these farming locations, and you can maybe get rid of the farming locations and increase what you get when you finish a strike or something like that?
I think that if they do that, people will level up too quickly. So I think they did it the way to slow people down for leveling up and force them to do different things. That's why weapons and armor, when you get something, you're not forced just to use Glimmer anymore. You have to get material now. Now you have to go look for the material, and it forces you to do other things beside that. And some of them have Ascendant Energy or Ascendant Shard that you can only get for public events. So it forces you to do a different game mode that you might not normally do. And it forces you to do that if you really want to truly upgrade your armor completely, your weapon completely. So I think that this is their way of forcing you to do other things, to experience other things in the game. Because if you want to level up quicker, you're going to have to buy your armor eventually. You can't just hope that it's going to land. You're going to have to buy the armor eventually. And when you buy the armor, you're going to need Crucible marks or Vanguard marks, which is going to force you to either play Crucible or Vanguard. Now, I could stick around to play Crucible all the time, but you only get a certain amount of Crucible marks for the whole week. I have enough Vanguard marks right now, but the problem is I'm not ranked Vanguard rank 2, that's what you need in order to purchase the helmet, which I need at the moment. So right now I'm working on switching my allegiance so like I could get to the higher rank in order to buy the helmet. So like now, as you see, I'm going back and forth from playing Crucible a lot to like, well, I'm going to go back and grind on Vanguard and try to rank up my Vanguard to get that now. So it makes you go back and forth from different parts of the game. So I understand why they do it, but I mean, this whole leveling up system will be an easy fix if later when an expansion or something comes, they increase the level cap, then you're going to go back to like it was the beginning of the game. It's going to be easier for a little while, and then it's going to slow down again later. You know, so I think that's how they set up or why they set up.
It will be easier to level up a second character because I've got an exotic for a warlock already and a legendary for a Titan class because of just like drops that have happened. I also bought a exotic engram from Zur, the guy who shows up just on the weekends, and I bought a legendary breastplate. So I mean, it's easier. I feel like it's going to be easier the second time around. If you decide to do a second character, it'll be easier than your first character.
See, that's the thing that I may agree with some people. They question that. Like, should they have added trading in that sense when you actually pick up an armor for a different class? Is that when it's the only time you could trade with someone else that also has armor for a different class and you find them and you trade? I think maybe they could have done that, or at least they have. For example, that Xur guy or whatever, the guy that you get once a week, the one that you get the exotic gear from. If you were to find something, maybe you could trade with him and say if you have a legendary or exotic gear, maybe you could say, I have it for a different class, you give it to him, he gives you strange coins in return, something. You know, like, at least trade with someone, because otherwise that armor is there waiting for you if you decide to play the game with a different class, which most people might not. They see that's the problem. Like, you'll have all this extra stuff for no reason.
Right.
You know, and it's one thing you pick it up in the world, but sometimes you get that as a reward. And I got that as a gift, and then all of a sudden I can't do anything with it. So for me, it's like I really don't think I'm going to start over with a different character. So
I spent 23 motes of light on it.
On one? Oh my god.
I haven't gotten to that. I haven't gotten to that level of customization yet, but I'm fast approaching. But with some of you guys, I actually went out and farmed some materials to make it easier for myself when I do get to that level. I'm really focused on hitting 26. I think once I hit 26, things are really going to change for me. I haven't gotten any legendaries, no uniques.
It takes forever.
Yet.
It just takes forever. You know, you just play and you play and you play, and eventually you get a legendary engram that, you know, supposedly might have a legendary piece of gear, and it doesn't. You know, you get you get a rare piece, and you cash it in for a little bit of glimmer, and then you keep playing, and you get another one, and that one also doesn't have a legendary piece in it. But then you play a little bit longer, and that one has it.
The thing is, you have to buy your own stuff, because right now you can only have 3 legendary armor, 1 exotic armor. And you could have 1 exotic weapon and 2 legendary weapons. That's the most you could have in the game.
I have 2 exotics weapons.
But you can't equip them at the same time.
I do. I have them equipped at the same time.
They said you can only choose 1. It only counts as 1.
I got the Thunderlord equipped, and I have. Oh no, you're right. You're right. I have a legendary weapon.
They said that's the thing. It says choose wisely. You can only equip 1. So like that's the max that you can do. So once you find legendary everything and you unlock it fully, is that truly the end of it? Because I think that sort of is the end of you leveling up, because there's nothing else to do. Because I'm almost completely done leveling up my character. I have like a couple more experience points. I level up both characters. My regular class and my subclass is almost fully leveled up. And then I have, with the weapons, I'm missing just the legendary helmet, and I need the exotic weapon. That's it. Other than that, I have legendary everything else. I don't think they're going to let me it. There's nothing else to increase once that's over with. So that's what I'm curious about. Is it going to change when the expansion comes? Because that's truly it. There's literally nothing I can level up after that.
What's the ETA on the expansion, Not Too Nerdy?
December, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, December.
I mean, there's other game modes coming. Like next week's the Queen's Wrath, so that's a P versus E challenge, I believe. So like, there's more things coming to the game, and also Iron Banner is coming soon, which is you bring everything that you level up to, to the Crucible matches or whatever, which is pretty cool. But is it, how am I going to play until December? Because the fact that I will eventually, probably by next week, I'll have everything fully leveled up. Because I'm going to have enough strange coins to purchase my exotic gun. If everything works out well, they're going to give me an exotic gun that I can have. And then I'm also going to have the helmet by then, too. So then what else am I going to need level up?
If they even offer it to you, though. This week's offerings by Xur for exotics were a rocket launcher, Titan helmet, gauntlets for a warlock, and breastplate for hunter. And if that stuff doesn't appeal to you, then you're just stuck waiting for another week.
But he's always going to have one weapon, though. That's the thing. Like, so all I can get is a weapon now. 'Cause I already got my exotic armor that I have, and like, unless I just get bored with the gauntlet and I want to switch it up. But for me, I think for the warlock class, I got the best armor you could get, which is the gauntlet, the hand one, because it has a quick melee and it has like the stuff that you need for a warlock that burns them quicker for my subclass. So in reality, there's nothing that will top that, like in my opinion, so far that I've seen. But and then the weapon, this is the only thing I need, regardless of what weapon it is. If I grab the weapon, then that's pretty much it. I already have everything, unless I wait for a random day that they drop another exotic weapon. But
so once that point hits, do you think you're done with the game? Do you think you're just going to move on to something else till Destiny?
Well, I think I'm going to just wait until they keep giving new maps, because they're obviously going to support maps and stuff, and Iron Banner, which I can actually use the stuff I have on there, because eventually it's going to be it, for a little while. I mean, I'm not saying it's for a long time, because they're going to have different events each month, which are going to introduce different things. So it'll let me do that, but like, that's all I'm going to be doing. I'm talking about the grind is officially over, so like, I'm not going to repeat things anymore, because there's not going to be a need to repeat things. I'm going to go do like any special event. That's all I'm going to focus on, because there's nothing else I'm going to need after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could store it in case like the time that they increase the level cap, then I'll have all this stuff, I'll have all this materials and everything. I could do that if I get, really bored, but I probably won't do that until like I know they increase the level cap, or if they allow for something that you pick up that allows you to carry 2 exotics, for example. Maybe there might be a special armor that they include that might let me carry 2 exotic weapons. I don't know, because sometimes they do stuff like that. So,
anybody thinking about doing a second character?
I actually just started one the other day. Yeah, so I'm gonna start leveling him up.
Would you go with Warlock, or your main character so far has been a Titan? Did you go with Warlock or Hunter?
Went with the Hunter because I have a couple pieces of legendary gear for the Hunter, and I also bought the exotic chest plate for him. So yeah, I went with the Hunter.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to the point yet of thinking about going in with my second character yet. Kate actually has too. I'm trying to see exactly how long it takes for me to level this character all the way up to the peak of progression and see how I feel about it at that point. And until then, I really can't say whether or not I want to dig back into it, especially with all these other games coming out in the coming weeks.
Is there anyone else that almost leveled up their subclass and everything, like both classes?
Yeah, both my subclasses are completely leveled, I think. Maybe one of them is definitely fully. The other one might be. I might need one more thing unlocked.
Yeah, because
I fully leveled up my first class. I didn't even touch the second one yet. I didn't want to do that until I completely filled up and leveled up my initial class that came with the Warlock. But I think maybe within the next 30 or 40 minutes that'll be totally leveled up, and then I'll go to my second class.
For me, I play as a hunter, and the Blade Dancer is the second class, right, that you unlock at 15. And I was pretty unhappy with it until I really got into the later ranges. And it was like the second to last or the very last thing I unlocked with that was that every melee strike and every time I used a super, every time I hit an enemy, it would drain their life and give it to me, and it suddenly became like almost godlike because every time I scored a hit with my Blade Dancer Super, it was giving me more energy to just keep going. So I was almost unkillable while I was in my Super. So some of those things that you don't really see how well they work until you really work on it a while.
Oh, I've seen how well that Blade Dancer works. Yeah, I've seen that shit.
Right.
It doesn't even seem like that should be in the game the way that character moves around and kills everybody. I've seen Blade Dancers come in during the Crucible match and kill me and my whole team, man. Terrible.
When I was with you guys, I was telling you about how the Sunsinger has that class that revives everyone's cooldown. It cools down their stuff. I didn't have it activate when I was with you. That's why it wasn't working. I completely forgot to switch it back. I leveled up and I forgot to go back to the original one I had. So then when I was playing 95 and stuff like that, we were playing as a team for P versus P, and it was insane because we're sticking in a group, and I level up the whole team, and all we're doing, not to mention, I level up myself. I cool down myself, so I throw grenade after grenade in different angles. So I could throw the fire grenades in different angles because it cools down and it takes a second to cool down.
Really?
And it's doing that for the whole team. Is leveled up, so they got my back, and they're killing people while I'm capturing the zone, and we're moving together as a team. Because anytime they kill someone with their super, I pick up the orbs to get supercharged again to charge everyone else again, and we just kept going together as a whole group, which is the ultimate P versus P. I think that's the best class that for a group. If you're really gonna play as a team, that's a class. What you have is the best if your team's like not playing as a team, and you could take out the whole
lone wolf
yourself.
Class.
Yeah, you could take the whole team yourself. But this other class is just insane that it levels up everyone else. Not to mention you have a really crazy melee that could kill people with one hit, like really bad. Even if they run around the corner, they're still on fire and they'll burn to death anyway around the corner. But you also have an infinite amount of grenades. So your grenades cool down.
That's sick.
That's just it's a fun class.
Well, we took on that level 20. Was it a level 26 strike? And after many failed attempts, we brought in Robbie as a Titan, and he had that Titan shield. And working as a team, we took that down like our first try. And so it's amazing. That to me is the most fun of the game. I like the Crucible. Don't get me wrong. I really have a good time in the Crucible. I like yelling at the enemies, and I like playing as a team. But playing a strike and working together, that to me is so much fun. I really am enjoying that. And as we get better, as we get our subclasses, as we get to know our subclasses, we just keep getting better about that, and then working as a team becomes easier. Oh, man, I really enjoy it.
Yeah, be honest, Brian, how pumped up were you at the end when we beat that?
I had an adrenaline rush. Adrenaline rush.
That was the best. I think that was the best moment of the game. That was the highlight moment of the game when we beat that together. It didn't look like we were going to. It looked like so many times we were going to lose, and somehow we just made it.
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, and I can't wait. We still haven't done the raid yet. Yeah. We've got to get that done. I can't wait to get into it. I've watched some videos of it. It looks really hard. Mm-hmm. And having a 6-player team, trying to coordinate everybody, as a team is going to be really difficult, but I'm really looking forward to it. I'm loving this game. I know we don't want to talk about it for the whole show like we did last week. But
is it the best 7 you've ever played, Brian?
I don't agree with that score. I don't.
Yeah, do I.
I really don't. I think it's silly. The fact that I've put about, I want to say, nearly 2 days into the game now, and I'm still figuring the game out, shows that you cannot review that game in a few days.
So you put close to 50 hours into it?
Somewhere around there. I'd have to bring up Bungie.net to look.
Yeah, I'm about to look at mine.
I'm going to check it out as well.
I put a lot of hours into it, and they're not bored hours. The only time that I kind of get bored is when I'm just farming for loot. I'll put on some music, or I'll listen to a podcast, and I'll stand in front of that stupid cave. But yeah, I mean, almost every night, Not Too Nerdy, Robbie, and I have been playing together, and it's been a blast. It really has been.
Let me see how long I've been playing.
Everybody's looking at Bungie.net right now, aren't you?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, while you're there, make sure you check out The BRC clan. Don't forget to set it as your PlayStation clan.
Yeah.
So that the BRC shows up when you play the game in Destiny under your name.
I've played 57 hours.
Jeez.
57 hours, 56 minutes, and 1 second.
Now where did you go? Where did you go to see that?
In Bungie.net. Once you
That's where I am.
Once you log on and
Yeah.
go to, I think, Legend, right?
Yeah, you go to Legend on the side, the left side, and it tells you your stats. It ends by days, so man.
So I haven't put that much time into a game
Jeez. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Call of Duty. I mean, I put that much time in Call of Duty, and that's about it.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I don't think. But have you put that much time in Call of Duty as quickly, though?
No way. No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I meant. Like, I don't remember the last time I put a lot of hours in a game before, but not this quickly in any game. I don't think it's been a long time. I don't remember the last time I played that many hours a day in a game.
Yeah.
Like
That little dopamine rush every time you see that little purple engram drop. Ooh.
and every single time that I say that the game is starting to get repetitive, the same strike that we've done plenty of times, the most recent time facing that ogre, like just facing him, we beat him in that strike, like that felt like it's the first time all over again. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. Like it just felt like a whole new game. And I just can't wait to see the raid, especially now that I've like fully leveled up my subclass, which I found out it's a class that I actually do like in the end. That it's gonna help because even when we die, if we die as a team, I come back to life, and I'm gonna use that to at least run and revive one person. And now there's 2 people alive. We could try to revive other people. Whatever we have to do to continue. You know?
Hey, not too dirty. How many hours did you say you had in there? 50 what?
56 or 57. Yeah, hold on.
I've got 31 hours into the game. 31. So I
How do
really do
you
need it.
find it? I'm on Bungie.net.
You go to the Legend.
The Legend.
It's on the left-hand side. You got to sign in.
Yeah, I'm signed in.
Yeah, and then on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of icons. There's a Legend.
Yeah, I got Legend.
You got more than me, Rob. You have to.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see here in a sec if it loads.
Yeah, I've got 31 hours, 49 minutes, and 8 seconds. Which isn't bad to be level 23, I guess.
No. Yeah, I got to say I was a little bit scared that the game was going to leave me hanging. You know, that I was amped for the game. I enjoyed what I played, but I was thinking to myself, is there enough content here to keep me going?
All right, where's time?
But the thing is like you said, not too nerdy, is that I've played that strike.
Oh, here we go.
4 times, but that last time was a totally different experience.
It really
totally
was.
different.
Well, if you take into account that the typical JRPG is going to give you about between 40 and 60 hours of gameplay, and once you play that, you're done. Fact of the matter is, that's how much time you guys have already put into the game. You're still.
All right, guys. I have played 2 days, 10 hours, 6 minutes, and 5 seconds.
Like right around me. So I think But yeah, I think that I don't know, man. It's just like something about the game that just keeps you playing. Like I don't know what it is. I really don't know. Like it's just something about it. Just like it's just fun, you know. And I think it's like this. Also, when you go, the first thing I do when I sign in, I'm like, I want to see which one of my friends are online right now, so we could do something. Whether it's Crucible, we do something, you know. Like last night, I came back pretty late and I saw everyone else on there like playing a Crucible. I see like everyone's at a party thing. I joined the party. I joined a little late, but at least I got to play a couple matches with them on Crucible. You know, to me that was fun. So.
Then you start laughing with your friends and having a good time. We've invited subscribers, and that's been fun. I've played with subscribers who've showed me like whole brand new things that I had no idea about, and then made videos about. You know, because I was like, oh wow, now that I know, I got to share this with everybody because this is a freaking great thing to share. You know, so it's been awesome.
The one cool thing that I really like is when you go back to play something, especially the raid. I know it's gonna be like that in a raid. You have to go, now that you unlocked everything for your classes, you go back in there and you set it up and adjust it to what's going to be right for that level or whatever you're doing. And like I think that's what's awesome about it. You have to stop and think which one's more important, because they have one where, like I said, for my subclass, like I could recharge my health, like my cooldown for my super and for my grenade, as well as everyone else is on the team. Do I want to do offensive attack like that? or do I want to be like a defensive mode where if I die, I come back to life and I have a chance to revive people? So you have to see which one's more important to the team before you do the event.
And what kind of game mode are you playing? Are you playing Rumble, or are you playing Control, where you're going to have to sit around in one spot for a while?
Yeah, or is it even for P versus E? I'm gonna have to think about that. In a raid, which one's more important? Do we want everyone to keep getting supers to use it against enemies, or do I want to hold my super just in case we all die and I could come back to life and revive us so we don't have to start over? Which one's more important to the team?
Right.
You know, stuff like that. It makes you think, and I think that's awesome because we already have, like for example, 9 to 5 is another warlock. We have different warlocks, but we can set it up to different ways. He could do like the Nova bombs. He'll be an offensive attack. I'll be defensive warlock, and then together we work as a team. You know, so
Titans same ways. You can focus on being damage intensive or defense intensive. The Hunter is just it kills people, and it depends on if you want to kill them from far away or close up.
The Hunter is nimble though. That's the thing. The Hunter has someone that protects it. Like, say you're inside a shield and you use your super to do the Blade Runner, then you get out with the Blade Runner and attack people. So you're protected while you're doing that, and then you go out there.
It's like having triple shields when I get out of there. Yeah.
So, like, as long as you're protected, you do a lot of damage. You know, like, it's pretty cool to stop to think about that, you know?
I do really love it. I really love the game. I think we should stop talking about it for now. We might come back to it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we got to come back and give our thoughts on future improvements and possible updates in DLC. But let's get.
Well, we're talking about it, or do you want to come back?
We could probably end with Destiny. I think that Destiny is pretty big news right now, and a lot of our viewers are probably more interested in that than the little tidbits of slices of news that are available this week. So we could probably come back to it. In the meantime, let's talk about Minecraft buying Mojang, guys.
Bless you.
Mo Yang. That's what Phil Spencer said. It's Mo Yang. He's trying to correct everyone. The J is silent. It's actually a Y. It's not silent. It's just a Y.
Mo Yang.
So what do you think Microsoft's plan is here? I mean, we're talking about kind of old news, but I think we've had time to kind of parse it and kind of think about it a little bit. What do you think Microsoft's plan is?
You want to hear my plan? Yeah, you guys can go first.
This is going to be good.
I think I know what they're going to do. You're either going to see a Minecraft 2 possibly happen, a sequel, or what you're going to see is something like they're going to push all the Minecraft memorabilia, like a Minecraft movie, Minecraft this, Minecraft that, like all this stuff they can make money off of based on Minecraft, like Minecraft memorabilia, T-shirts, whatever, you name it. They're going to do stuff like that and really try and push the Minecraft name beyond video games. They're going to do that the best they can and get the $2.5 billion back that they spent on buying Mojang.
I think that we'll definitely. I don't even think it's an optional thing. I think we'll definitely see Minecraft 2 because Minecraft 1 is already available on every platform. So that's, I think, a definite. I think that they may in the future try to merge the Minecraft name with some of the some of the other titles that they own and do Minecraft versions of Microsoft or Xbox games maybe in the future for the consoles. I think they're going to continue to support cross-platform and PC and everything that's available right now for the Minecraft name because, like I said, everybody has it. There's a Minecraft community. It's a giant community of people who play the game, love the game, and I don't think they would isolate the millions of people who own Minecraft. Even the PlayStation.
Big money though.
I think the PlayStation Vita version of Minecraft is still going to be released. I just read an article on that a few days ago that said that it's still in development and as of right now it's still coming out. So I don't think that they're going to stop cross-platform support for the Minecraft name. Where's the big money you speak of?
Not too nerdy. You want to go first, or?
Yeah.
No, save Not Too Nerdy for last, because he's gonna drop the hammer. He's like, Jeff.
You made me cool down a second, so someone else could go again.
The money at Minecraft isn't the game sales. The game is sold through, right? It's like every kid is playing Minecraft now. Putting it on the Vita isn't a big deal. Putting it on PS4 or Xbox One, they're gonna make what is it, $30 a copy. The money is the microtransactions and the buying skins and buying all this extra stuff. So I think what Microsoft is going to do is they're going to put an end to all these guys who are running their own servers, and they're going to consolidate the servers. So it'll be your kids are always playing on Microsoft servers. You know, it's a safe place to play. It's not It's not going to be the Wild West that it is now. You're not going to have, Woody's Gamertag server and this guy's server and that guy's server, and who knows who's on that server and who knows what the rules are. All these mini games that are really the popular part about Minecraft. Because Brett, what you're playing right now on the PS4 is like kind of vanilla Minecraft. What the kids are playing is, Hunger Games Minecraft, Destiny Minecraft. They're playing the games they're playing look like Minecraft, but they're not Minecraft anymore. They're all these other games, and people are charging for that. People are developing that. People are charging for that. I think Microsoft's going to bring that all in-house, and they're going to start charging for it themselves, and that is going to be a cash cow for a long time.
Great point. I really should check out the PC version so I can see these
it's a different
other worlds
game.
of Minecraft. Yeah, I really want to check it out.
They have everything for Minecraft you could think of. Anything new release that comes out, they're going to get a server for that. And I think you're right about that, but I don't think they're going to completely do it. I think they're going to take portions of it. And every single person owns a server, Microsoft's going to take a cut. So every single person, they're going to monetize everything for Minecraft. Anything that's about Minecraft, they're going to monetize. So every single person that has a server, you're going to see some big changes. If you're a person that's going to a server, there's not going to be any changes. You're still going to be paying the same thing that you're paying before. It's just now Microsoft's going to get cut out of it as opposed to Mojang was not getting the cut out of it. Or if they were, it's such a minimal thing that they let people run their servers. Now Microsoft's going to take over. And they're going to say, if you do this, they're probably going to try to transition people to their servers, but yet they still could get a cut out of it. Like, I guarantee they're going to still get a cut out of it because they don't want to lose the community. That's the number one thing with Minecraft that they're afraid to lose. When you invest $2.5 billion...
That's the only way it can be worth $2.5 billion, right? That's the only way.
When you invest $2.5 billion, that means that you're going to milk money. You're going to milk money out of every little thing. You don't put $2.5 billion if you were planning to change it. That means that it's not going to leave the platform that it's on. It's going to stay on PS Vita, it's going to stay on PS4 and PS3, and they're going to support it just like they support everything else. Now, of course, they're going to have their own Microsoft Xbox exclusive where you're going to get a Halo edition or certain editions that only can be found on Xbox, so you're not going to be able to get on the PS4 or anything like that. They, stuff like that they're going to do because they know that they're going to milk the money for everyone else. Now, this whole Minecraft 2, I would not be shocked. Minecraft 2, if they do come out with Minecraft 2, it's going to be on every platform as well. The reason why it's going to be on every platform is because they want to milk the money. They know that the number one thing with Minecraft is the community. If you separate PS3 owners away from the community and then Android owners or iPhone users, because remember, that's all their competition, Apple. And if they're going to try to prevent those people from using Minecraft on those mobile devices, they're going to alienate the community, and people are going to stick with Minecraft and not move on to the Minecraft 2, which is going to defeat the whole purpose of what they're trying to do.
I don't even think it's a good idea to do a Minecraft 2. They're up to Minecraft 1.8 right now. They add cats, and the kids go apeshit. Why do Minecraft 2?
I think they're going to try. I think they're going to try to hype it up. They're going to hype up a new way that's going to be built and run on their servers.
Maybe it'll be Minecraft 2.0, but I don't think it'll be a different game.
I think that they're going to try to do something that's fully developed on their server. I think that eventually that's what they're going to lead towards. It's going to be a while till they do that because they have so much money they can milk with this for a while. But I'm saying that eventually they're going to want to show you that you can, because there's updates for cell phones that can run better graphics. There's updates for the consoles that can run better and the PC. So they're going to eventually do something that's going to change the game. And I think that's what they're planning to do in the future. But for right now, they're going to milk everything that they can, because that's what you should do. I mean, that's what you can do. But you're still going to make money off skins. You're going to make money off certain things that only Microsoft owns. All their franchise games that they have, or whatever they have left, like they're going to use, in Minecraft, and say that you could only, you can play Minecraft anywhere else. But if you get it for Xbox One, you'll only get the Master Chief custom skin, all this stuff, all this equipment, all this stuff that you could get with them, and I think that's what they're going to do. I think they're going to have exclusives for their consoles, but yet they're still going to support everyone else.
The crazy thing about Minecraft is that the kids, there's so much variety in that game that the kids, they don't want another game. Like, I asked my kids, I'm already starting to think Christmas, right? Because, there's budgeting concerns for Christmas presents. So I'm kind of like asking them, would you like an Xbox One? Would you like a PS4? Would you like to maybe upgrade the computer? And they're like, computer. We want, we don't care about Xbox One. We don't care about PS4. We don't care about Mario. We don't care about Hit Master Chief. We want Minecraft. And if you can give us a better Minecraft experience, we're all for it.
Wow.
They have been playing that game for 2 years straight, and they don't play any other game. And that's how all their friends are, too.
I think you need to restructure the way you're rearing those children. So.
Yeah, because God knows I don't want them to play the most creative game on the planet.
Here's the thing, though. Like, you see, that's the way it works for Minecraft right now.
Right.
But Minecraft reminds me of another game that people play that's not been updated a long time, just has expansions, and that will be World of Warcraft. But you better believe, if they came out with a brand new World of Warcraft 2, all the people that left, that got tired of that, will come back on board to see how this runs now and how this is. And that's actually what people have been waiting for, a brand new World of Warcraft that's not expansions anymore. And I think that's what Microsoft is aiming to do eventually. I don't think they're going to do it now, but you better believe that you can pull all the audience back in if you do a completely new game.
They don't have to pull them back in. They're there still.
Well, no, but like I'm saying, there's a lot of people that there's people that are there, but there's also people that left. You could get even more people back in if it's a newer version. Like, that's the thing. You could attract the people that are still playing plus the new people. Like, that's what they want to do. They want to expand. With $2.5 billion, you don't want to keep the people you have. You want to expand your audience.
Yeah.
Because some people are intimidated the fact that this Minecraft's been there for so long, they don't know where to begin. So they're like, oh, well, is it too late for me to start getting to it now, as it's been there in every platform for a while, A lot of people want something that's new. If you were to do new, the people that are playing now will say, well, this is updated, let's see if it's better or not. Not to say it's to be a success, but what if it is a little bit better than what Minecraft is right now? Then people move on to the next one, and that's it for regular Minecraft.
If you can do Minecraft 2, though, then you lose all the mods for Minecraft. You lose all of the legacy stuff that has built up over time. The Minecraft that my kids are playing looks nothing like the Minecraft that Beastly Gamer is playing. Yeah. Like, it's not the same game. It's just not. And it has nothing to do with the game that they started playing 2.5 years ago, because the game has just continued to transform independently of Mojang, right? Is that Mojang is doing their own thing. They're updating, 1.6, 1.8, but they've got all these independent developers adding mods and adding mini games and adding all this stuff. So if they go to 2.0, they lose all of that.
But who's to say that they lose it, though? What if they made a way that there's an update and you don't lose it? That's the thing.
Then you're talking about 2.0 as opposed to Minecraft 2. Right? Minecraft 2, I assume you're talking about a brand new game.
No, I'm saying brand new game, but just because it's set up a certain way doesn't mean they can't bring it over. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's been games that I'm trying to remember exactly. There's been a new game.
Little Big Planet 3 has the whole back catalog of all the created DLC, the content created by the gamers. You can actually play that on the PS4 from the PS3 versions of Little Big Planet.
That's what I'm saying. So you could bring the original content with you, all your skins, everything with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's ways for them to do it, especially since Microsoft owns it now, all those servers. There's way for them to store that information where you go from one to the next, and you carry your stuff with you. And now you have the updated version, the updated graphics with it, if they do updated version, updated graphics.
What they could do is create a Minecraft 2 that has a gateway, so to speak, that allows you to have access to the original Minecraft, all your updates and skins.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what if there was a way? I'm not saying that's going to happen. We're talking hypothetically. We don't know if it's going to happen. I'm saying, what if there was a way for them to do that? Then what's there to lose for the people that are there because they don't like it? They're just going to go back. They'll show that they don't like it, but not supporting it, and then you go back to the regular Minecraft. Like, I mean, you still will have people that mod it to make it look like the old. Even if you have new graphics, there will be some people that get upset.
Retro Minecraft.
There'll be some people that got upset with it, and they'll mod their own version to make it the retro version. Like, you better believe that the modders will do that anyway. So
Brett, Beastly, you're currently experiencing Minecraft for the first time, right?
Yeah, I've been hating on it for years.
What's that?
I said, I've been hating on it for years.
What do you think of it now? Like, so I saw your video where you built your first house.
No, I built the place I'm in now.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the first. I think it's really unique. I like the fact that you kind of set your own parameters as far as what you think the goal of the game should be.
Mm-hmm.
I was reading a little bit on it as far as, the way that they have the game set up. I think it's for PC that you can go to like an ultra hard mode where if you die, the entire world gets deleted. Shit like that is scary. I have actually felt the fear now that I've heard so often over the years of people afraid of creepers. They're saying that the creeper is like the scariest thing in the world. It can be kind of scary because if you spend a lot of time building something and you look at it and you're very proud of your work, and then this fucking thing comes around, he gets close to you, he blows up half of your building.
Yeah, it's like a bully at the beach just knocking over your fucking sandcastle.
Yeah, he's an asshole. So I kind of see where people are coming from. I really like it. I like the fact that I haven't even really been able to touch upon the levels of intricacy that they put into this game. I didn't know that I could turn the wolf into a pet. I didn't know that I could make it sit down or follow me. I didn't know any of this stuff. I went fishing, hung out at the beach. And it's really unique to me that you could just build and make whatever you want, And once this whole Destiny facade, this whole fake Destiny thing is over, I think I'll get back into it. It's really hard for me to get into it right now. Kate and I spent some time that day and built, our apartment. But in the meantime, I just can't find the time to get into it because I'd rather, do what you guys are doing is playing that. But from what I'm playing right now, the console version of the game I like. Really makes me interested to see what the PC version is like.
I think that's the preferred way to play because it's so open to modification. If you want prettier graphics, you can do prettier graphics. If you want, this mod or that mod, you can do it. And the community is it's all over the place. It's without a doubt the biggest game on the planet right now.
Wow.
It's crazy. And not too nerdy, have you put any significant time into the game?
Minecraft?
When did you do it?
Minecraft?
Yeah.
Walking Dead. The Walking Dead was I like that one just because it's like the people literally try to make it like the show. So they even do it, they update it, so it'll be like there'll be scenes there like from the episode previously. So I jumped into that just to see it a little while, and that to me is awesome for the PC. Just letting you know, if you want to see something that's pretty cool, if you like The Walking Dead, the way these modders fix things to make it relate to the episode previously or 2 weeks before, it's fun. So to me, that's my one. I mean, I glance at other ones, but for me, that's just that one's most creative. But then I like the show, so I guess I'm a little biased on that. But
yeah. Comic is better than the show, but yeah, the show is pretty good.
Yeah. Robbie, how about you? Did you ever put any significant time into Minecraft?
He's 12. You know he plays it.
Shut up. Yeah, sure. I have put significant time into Minecraft. Played quite a bit of it on PS3, enjoying it on PS4 now. Not crazy hundreds of hours into it, but I still enjoy the game here and then.
So I played it a little bit on the Xbox 360, and I had an okay time with it, but I didn't really get into it. And then I come downstairs, and the kid's computer is in the living room, right? It's like you just kind of walk by and see what they're doing. And I'm like, that looks an awful lot like a Modern Warfare 3 level. So I shove them away, and I start fragging guys. I'm using snowballs instead of guns, and I sat there for a good 6 hours playing Modern Warfare 3 in Minecraft.
See, that awesome. If they could bring that over to the console version, I think that would be great. If they found some way to add these mods to the consoles,
yeah,
that would be awesome because I saw that too. I saw I saw Black Ops 2 maps.
Yep, yeah. The great thing about the PC version is that any PC can run it, though. It's like any PC. If you got something in your grandparents' basement that used to run Commodore 64 games, they can run Minecraft.
I love. See, that's the one comment that doesn't get old on YouTube when someone says the specs on the PC. They're like, but can it run Minecraft? It's that's the best, man. I love that.
I remember the first time I tried it, it didn't give you instructions for crafting anything. So you had to go up online and look up how to do it, what shape to put your items in and stuff like that.
The thing I found is funny. It's I read some article. I forgot who said it. Someone said that Minecraft is teaching kids about science. I don't know if you guys heard about that.
It is.
I was looking at this. I'm like, it's teaching about science, but then again, I don't know if kids are getting straight A's with science, but it's teaching them science stuff. I'm thinking, do you really think it's teaching them that much of science?
Well, they got these redstone things, right? And you can basically build computers out of redstone blocks that have transistors. So you can, I mean, there's like working calculators, there's stuff like that gets that complex. But I mean, they're building things with Minecraft physics.
Yeah.
I mean, it's creative. It's as creative as Lego, at least, and it's social. You know, they're playing with their friends from school. I don't know. You know, it's hard for me to argue against Minecraft. I see that my kids like it an awful lot. I don't want it to be their only interest. You know, I still bring them to baseball, whether they like it or not. Their thing is Minecraft. They like Minecraft.
See, you guys start them out slowly. Show them baseball games with like Minecraft in the background.
That's right.
Picture. Like Minecraft is there and then a full screen baseball. No, actually start reverse. Put a small screen with baseball, big screen Minecraft, then flip it on them. And then put the big screen baseball.
They'll just be sitting like this. What we need is a baseball mod for Minecraft.
They probably
it's out there. Yeah, I'm
Let
sure.
me ask you guys a question. For the console versions, like me, I'm a console gamer primarily. What will breathe life into Minecraft as far as longevity? Because if you don't get any of these mods or any of these other skins, what are people? Well, Robbie, you could probably answer. What do people do mostly on the console versions versus the PC versions that keep them going for years?
Really, just about your creative imagination and building this world that you think up, building all these different structures and things. And other than that, I'm not really sure it can last years, but it's still got a good longevity as long as your mind can think it up.
I think it's just your first taste. It's your first exposure. You you get it. You see it the first time on console. You talk about it with your friends at school, and then they tell you all the cool stuff they're doing on the PC or on the Macintosh, and that's what you really want to be doing. So that's where you go.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's more into it.
It's your gateway drug. All right.
Yeah.
Here, try this.
It really is. It's like Minecraft Lite on. It's almost like playing it on a phone. You know, it's just so limited compared to what you can do on a computer.
You guys want to try some of this Minecraft? Oh, it's good stuff.
Everything gets compared to crack someday.
Yeah, I think I want to get back into it. I like walking around the world. We do split screen, my wife and I, and she makes stuff, I make stuff, and
yeah,
it's pretty fun, especially when you're in survival mode. You see these fucking spiders just appear out of nowhere. It's pretty scary, man. You gotta get up out of there. I'm enjoying it. I think that once this year slows down a little bit, which will probably be next year, and I get a little bit more time to enjoy it and get into it and really flesh out what I really want to be doing in it, I'll be probably playing Destiny or something else in October. But when things slow down, I want to jump into Minecraft and really dig my feet in and spend some time with it.
You guys ever look up reviews for Minecraft when that game got released?
No.
Not really.
I mean, the game is basically nothing like it is now, right? It's like it was so basic compared to what it is now. It's basically just you built stuff, and every once in a while some monsters would come attack you, but there's none of the like cool stuff that's in it now. Anyway, it's ridiculous. There's like terrible reviews because they didn't understand the game. I don't know. I think it takes a younger, more flexible mind, I think, than a game reviewer has. And it reminded me of the Destiny reviews a little bit. That's actually what inspired me to go look at them.
I think that's what it's all about. It's all about the community. Like if there's a small community that supports it, like you could change a game. Like especially someone that if they see there's community there, sometimes developers constantly update things, and then it gets better and better, and you could completely change a game. And I'd say Destiny's going to do that because I don't know like what the next expansion is going to bring, but who knows? They might do that too. But that's the thing with the community. If you have your community and you support your game, you continue to play it and stuff like that. If you enjoy it, then don't follow what the media says. Do what you feel. If you like something, play it. If you don't like it anymore, move on to something else you like. It's simple as that. So.
World of Warcraft, I think, has a similar story, right? It's like it was kind of a vanilla game when it first was released, and as they added to it, people got more and more into it, and then you had this huge base of players who, really popularized it,
And not too nerdy, you said that you saw parallels between Warcraft and Minecraft. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? Because I never got into World of Warcraft.
I say the way World of Warcraft started, like it was a slow start. People didn't like it as much, and it got better and better. That people were addicted to. There's literally people that were addicted to the game that they had to get like therapy. There's so many stories of people that just all they wanted to do was play World of Warcraft, and it was really bad. I'm talking about. You see us playing hours of Destiny. That's not even close. Like if it was World of Warcraft. Like, it would be twice the amount of time that I spend on Destiny. It would be a ridiculous amount of hours. There's people will spend like 16 hours a day playing it. Like, it's a full, like, they're doing a double shift job or something like that.
So they're basically replacing their real life with a...
Yeah, and they'll play the game, and then if you see the way Minecraft is now, like, Minecraft started out slow, but then Minecraft grew up, and there's a community that's there. But you see that the people are still playing it because they have fun and it's part of the community. They're playing more because everyone else is playing it. Like they got their levels, character, like leveled up and all that stuff. And like they do all this stuff. But you better believe them. Number one complaint: they want updates. They want something a little new and fresh with the game. If you look up the World of Warcraft forums, you see that. Now they were to announce World of Warcraft 2. They lost millions of people, millions of subscribers. I mean, they held on to millions still, which is impressive for a subscription-based, MMO. Like, look how many years they've been subscription-based. That's why Blizzard just, like, dominates with, like, the money. But if you were to say there's a new World of Warcraft 2, you're going to grab all the people that left you, that stopped the subscription-based. The people that left, they're gonna try it. They're gonna come back just to see if it's there. And you're guaranteed that they're gonna have people in the beginning that are gonna start all over again. It's gonna feel like a brand new thing. And Minecraft's the same thing. There's some people that just stop. Some people stop because it's getting too big. And the reason why, some people like the fact that it was the underdog. It was something like, that not everyone liked. There's a small community. And now Minecraft is so big. Even the developer doesn't like Minecraft because it's so big, because it's too much for him. He liked it as a small community. And that's the thing. The people that left might come back just because there's something fresh, something new about the idea, and they want to see what has changed about the game. And I think that's why Minecraft 2 might bring back those people. And Microsoft has to start thinking about that. When you put a $2.5 billion, that's an investment. It's not just to get your money back quick now. It's money for a long period of time. And you're going to have to try to expand it by getting people that left to come back, and now you got to interest new people, and then try to keep the people that are there now. That's your goal when you invest $2.5 billion. And I think that's why I feel that they're going to try to do that. And I think World of Warcraft is going to try to do that eventually. They're going to have to update. If they really want to do something different, they're going to have to put World of Warcraft 2, which is something different, but yet it's the same concept. And they have to find a way for people not to lose their characters, because that's the number one thing. People don't want to lose their characters and their worlds for Minecraft, right? So if you found a way for them not to lose that stuff, but yet bring them to the next version of the game, a completely different version of the game, then you have yourself a success story.
Let me ask you a question. Now, you say a completely different version of the game. Do you think that there is maybe a minority of Minecraft players who would like to see it updated graphically?
I think that it's going to be updated graphically, but I'm saying like new, fresh ideas. That's not the same way. Like, I don't know what that is. If I knew, then I would be a billionaire right now. I would probably be $2.5 billion richer. You know what I mean? So, but I'm saying, like, I feel like that's what their goal was. They saw more potential than that. But I also believe what Robbie is right too when he said like movies and all this other stuff. They want to expand it completely. They want to do things to make it a huge franchise that's out there, because Microsoft,
more than just a video game.
Yeah, Microsoft's gonna bring more of a marketing system to make sure everyone definitely knows about Minecraft.
Angry Birds,
like
everything,
you know. And we take for granted to say everyone knows about Minecraft. Okay, well, every day there's new kids that are starting to play games, so those are the people they got to start targeting as well. They got to make it where people choose that over playing like Super Mario Brothers or something like that. They got to grab all these kids to play in this community.
Now, the thing that I read about this acquisition by Microsoft is that a majority of the people working at Mojang are leaving the studio with this acquisition. So Microsoft is pretty much just buying the brand.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to put their own minds behind pushing it forward and revolutionizing what the game actually is, correct? So none of the original members of the development staff are going to be there. It's really going to be a whole new ball game with a whole new band of rebels creating and pushing Minecraft forward. That's what I understand.
Not necessarily a bad thing, right? Some fresh blood could be a good thing. 1.8's big addition was cats. Not super exciting.
Well, wait, what kind of cats?
You see what cats did
Cats
for Mario.
meow and make me go, where is the cat?
You see what cats did for the Mario Brothers world, right? The cat suit.
Yeah, but imagine a world with HD cats. Cats that actually purr.
Imagine a world where you could take those Minecraft blocks in real life and put them together. Maybe they had like little pegs on them, and they were made out of plastic, and you could build whatever you want.
You would need a lot of fucking space.
Here's the thing. The reason why I feel like they want to build a brand new game is because they want to, if they truly have, like what they say, the 300,000 servers, I think they want to show off their servers. I think this is a way for them to build Minecraft 2 and use their servers. That no matter what you do, it feels like it's an endless world. Because that's the one thing about Minecraft. There is some sort of restriction in certain places, and it gets cut off. What if Microsoft trying to show off that it's not like that? That they make it seem like it's an endless world, and I think that they might try to emulate that, and that's what they could invite people to say. Look, this would be a bigger world than you're used to. This
Be like No Man's Sky kind of thing.
Yeah, so like this is what people will hear, and that right there will. That's the one thing the Minecraft owners want to hear. Like maybe not graphics, but you say that the world's gonna be a lot bigger, where there's gonna be more people that will be there in that world with you, that you could do different things. That's what they want to hear, because that means the community's gonna be bigger, and you could share what you do to everyone else. So there's still hope. I don't know that's what they're gonna do, but I think for $2.5 billion, they gotta think more than just doing what microtransaction stuff. It's more than that, because $2.5 billion, you're not going to make that for a little while. It's going to be a while till you make that. You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't think Microsoft put $2.5 billion to make money 10 years from now. They want to make it within the next 4 years. They honestly want to make that back plus more in like 4 years. I don't see waiting 10 years just to get the money back. So
it'll be interesting to see what they do. I mean, they clearly must have some idea what they want to do, right? Hopefully.
Microsoft should just make a new Grand Theft Auto game, and they'd make it back in 2.5 days.
Yeah, I just think that if they would commit suicide, they do get Minecraft 2, and they decide to put it for Windows exclusive, where it's either PC only, Windows Phone, or Microsoft products. That's suicide if they do that. Just saying that's right there is where it all crashes down if they're dumb enough to do that.
Losing Notch is probably a big blow too. Notch is like this mythical figure with my kids. Oh, Notch said this, Notch did that.
I think people start to forget. A lot of people start to forget about Notch, because Notch really, he did amazing stuff in the beginning, but he was just like a, what do you call it? Like he was just there. Like he was like the
face man.
For Minecraft. Yeah, he was the face of the company, but in reality, like he wasn't really doing too much anymore. Like.
Yeah, but my kids don't know that. They don't know the realities of business. They just know that he's like the wonderkind.
So, in you guys' expert gaming opinions, the chances of Microsoft halting support for other platforms is no.
I think they're going to kill the whole game. I think somebody at Microsoft just has a hard-on for killing Minecraft. They're sick of their kids playing Minecraft all goddamn day. And they're like, look, we got $2.5 billion. We'll solve this for everybody.
Oh, shit.
Every adult with kids in the world will send them $5 for that service.
Honestly,
all the money back.
Honestly, I really don't know what to say, because I've seen people, Microsoft and Sony, and this last year, we've seen both of them do some amazing things and then just do things that just make you scratch your head like, what the hell are you doing? So, like, to be honest with you, all this stuff sounds great in theory, what I just said, but Microsoft could also screw this up big time.
Yeah.
Like, a huge failure, because if they choose not to make a move, then pretty much they wasted $2.5 billion. which to them is nothing, but for when the gaming industry for them, the gaming portion for them isn't doing great compared to every other spot, that's not looking good to your investors. Saying that once again, the gaming part just lost its money again, that's not looking good to them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, because the gaming part of Microsoft is the weakest out of everything, which is the opposite for Sony, which Sony is the only thing that's actually making some money, and everything else is just a disaster. But it doesn't look good to your investors. So, like, that's why I think that they have to said that they have big plans for this, and that's all investors want to hear, that you're going to do something huge, like make a part 2 of the game and also update and do a whole bunch of things right now. I mean, that's the only way. So, but what was it? Michael Pachter said that. Do you think that that move was meant for? That's what Microsoft is planning to do away from the console generation, like saying that this might be to the last console generation. That's what he said. That this is Microsoft showing that this is what they're planning to do in the future, to buy companies like this and make money off that.
If anybody really believes this is the last console generation, my name's Donald Duck.
I mean, I don't think it's the last console generation, but you mean, if you want to talk about that, that's something that if you can see, like, look at PlayStation now, look at you know the new thing, the Tokyo Game Show, what they showed, right? They finally showed.
I didn't really watch anything. Enlighten me, sir.
For the phone that you have, right? The Xperia.
It hooks up to the PS4.
You actually could like stream it to the PS4, and it's no lag. People are playing it. People are playing without lag. They're saying on IGN, so they're actually shocked there's no lag. So that's also, by the way, it's only for Sony phones at the moment. It's only for the Sony phones. But to me, that's like, why do you need a Vita then if that's what it's going to do? But anyway, that's something else. But
is it stream local, or can you stream over your network? How does that work?
I think it's local. That's from what they tested. It has to be local because they're in like a convention center. But yeah, like you see, like it seems like Sony's planning for a future without a console, and so and now I think Microsoft might be doing the same. Like, who knows what they're doing? Like,
I don't think Sony's planning for a future without a console at all. I think Sony's console is the only thing that's making Sony money. No, I think they're planning for a future with a console that does more. Okay?
I think something like the PS TV is going to be the console of the future, or the Apple TV. Like,
I think it's
a dumb box.
Yeah, I mean, but it's still a console, you know. They're planning for some kind of home box that plays video games that does more than what they're doing now. They're just adding, functions to these game systems.
Yeah, but it could be part of your TV, like just built into your TV. It could be built into your phone. It could be built into whatever screen that you're carrying around, your Xperia tablet or whatever.
I mean, I still think there's going to be a console. I just think that right now they're trying to prepare for it. I think they're preparing for it to see how the rest of this generation goes. I think that's what Sony's waiting on. They're trying to see if they can squeak by with it, because the beginning of how they started out was luck. Like, the way they started out was luck. Like, you didn't start out with the best games in the world, and you still had a bunch of people buy your console, not just buy twice as much as your competition. That just doesn't happen to everyone. It's never happened before, actually. So, like, the fact that it happened, Sony really understands that's luck. And that's why, I don't know if you remember that news a while ago, that Sony is trying to figure out how did they sell this much. They didn't even know. Like, they try to do research and development on how they sold this many consoles because they're lost. They have no idea.
Because Microsoft fucked up. That's why. That's why they sold so many.
But
everybody wanted the PlayStation 4 after Microsoft screwed themselves.
Yeah,
but this is how you know that consoles will always exist. Whether Sony and Microsoft decide to go totally digital in the future, Nintendo is not going to do that stuff. Nintendo will always have a console. Nintendo does not go outside of the video gaming industry to do other things. There won't be a Nintendo phone. There won't be a Nintendo TV. Not that I can see in the future. And Nintendo has enough money to fuck up 10 generations in a row and still be fine. So Nintendo, yeah, they messed up with the Wii U, but they're always going to have a console. They're always going to have something coming out for the family, for the center of your home, for video games. And I think Sony and Microsoft will probably have something real similar as well. But I don't think consoles are going to be going for a long time.
I mean, I'm not saying there's not going to be a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox 2 or a...
No, it'll be called Xbox Zero.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's going to happen this generation or next generation. I mean, frankly, before any of this like kind of online-only gaming happens, we got to get much better internet across our country.
Yeah.
But that'll happen eventually. And then, what's really the point of having like a badass computer sitting in front of you when you could just plug in anything to the internet and use the power of, you know, however many computers you need to get a task done, whether that be gaming, whether that be rendering video, or whether that be whatever, you know, an Excel spreadsheet. Like,
this is a perfect example.
The point of having local, powerful hardware with a really fast internet connection with low latency is nearly pointless.
This is my point. This is a perfect example. We have Netflix, we have Hulu, we have Amazon, all these streaming services where you can watch a plethora of film, old and new, in high definition. Some stuff is even close to Blu-ray quality, but you're streaming.
You can stream 4K off of Netflix now.
Check it out, though. They're still making Blu-ray players. People still own their Blu-ray collection. Some people like to own their stuff.
How many people own Blu-ray collections compared to how many people own DVD collections?
Less.
Well,
I mean,
well, then again, that's flawed though. Cause you got like the $1 bins and the $5 bins for like DVD sections, and like DVD is like ridiculously cheap now. So
and people had to upgrade their DVD collection to start a Blu-ray collection. So of course there'll be a lot.
How about music? How many people are still collecting CDs?
A lot, actually. If you look at
not as many as we're collecting them in the 90s.
A lot. Like, I was shocked about this. Guess how many people buy CDs still?
When's the last time you saw Strawberries or an HMV?
The end of 2013, they did the whole thing. Guess how many people buy it? You'll be shocked. 1/3, 33%.
33% of the people who used to buy them?
1/3 still buy CDs. That's why, as long as the 1/3, everyone's going to still buy CDs. That's why I'm not saying, when I said that it's going to
change. That's 1/3. It used to be 100.
Yeah, but like my point is 1/3, it's huge. Look how long, if CDs is not going to change, game is not going to change now. CD's been how long for digital for now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying it's going to change overnight. It's going to change.
No, I'm not saying it's going to change at all. I'm saying that that's what Sony's preparing, it seems like.
I'm in agreement with you, not too nerdy. I totally agree.
Let you guys think I'm wrong. I'll let you guys think I'm wrong. What do you guys think?
Hey, I don't want to think you're wrong.
No, what I meant is, I want you guys to think that, like, I think Sony's going to do it. I'm saying that's what it seems like they're preparing. They're trying to get a feed in the market. They're trying to see, they're doing PS Now. They're doing digital downloads. They're trying to test out what people want more. Because who knows if Sony just, like, joins up with Steam or something. Everything's digitally downloaded. Like, all their games are digitally downloaded for PC. Who knows in the future what this might bring? I don't know. Because Sony's testing the market everywhere. And that's what I think is because Sony's starting to realize that I still think Sony is one of the best at the way they build their hardware. And I think that was always their fault, that they always try to put the best things in their hardware that made them, it cost too much. For anything. You look at the TVs of Robbie's, the reason why the TVs were so good is because they put the best stuff in it, but yet it costs too much, and the competition's putting lesser things in it, and the competition's selling more, like Samsung. Samsung quality looks almost as good, if not better, than Bravia, but the parts in it are cheaper, and they don't last as long as Bravia.
Right.
You get it? So, like, that's the thing that Sony is starting to understand. It's harder to make hardware now, and I think that's something that Microsoft understands too, because Microsoft's taking a loss for the Xbox One. You better believe they're taking a loss because of the Kinect. That whole Kinect thing costs money as well. And that's the thing. They're taking a loss in hardware. The software sales are better than ever for both companies. But it's the hardware sales that's killing them right now more than ever. And it's not killing PlayStation 4. That's what I meant by they're getting lucky, because what they made, like, they're pretty much breaking even or actually a small profit off each console, which has never been done before. But for the most part, that's luck right there. You know.
I think that Sony has a good understanding of consumer. Just like this. When a good movie comes out and you guys may hear about it, hear a review on it, you make up in your mind at that point whether or not this movie will be good enough for you to rent, stream it on Netflix, buy on Blu-ray. And the same applies to video games. There are some video games coming out this year. Destiny was one of them. We could all rented it. We could all, got GameFly. But we all knew that it was something we wanted to own. So certain games people are going to want to buy. Certain games people are going to want to rent. And so I think Sony sees that with PlayStation Now, that not all game is worthy of being in your collection, but at the same time they recognize that some gamers want certain games to be in their collection. And that's why I think video game consoles will always exist, because some of us, like me, and I know some of us like you, not too nerdy, you like to have certain things. You want something to be tangible in your hand versus streaming it, and then once you hit the stop button, it doesn't exist anymore. And for me, some games are good enough to actually sit in my gaming collection. And I think Sony is aware of both types of video game consumers. The ones that see a game, hear a review, and stream it, get a couple hours of enjoyment out of it. It might not be the game that they wanted to, maybe spend full price on, like Thief. And then there are other people out in the world who see a game that is an awesome game, The Last of Us, Destiny, Bloodborne, games like this, games I haven't even played yet, but I've seen that have piqued my interest, I want to actually own. So I think that they're going to keep their eye on both consumers and try to meet somewhere comfortably in the middle, and I think that'll keep consoles alive for a very long time.
I think the problem is, though, is this. It's like eventually we'll see it soon. We'll see it soon because certain features, like I said, the Sony phone, for example, what it does, the Sony phone, like you're allowed to stream the PS4 on it, right?
Yeah.
If you see some of these features start going to different phones, if you see some of the PS Now move into different companies, like different things, you're going to see Sony's going to slowly push it out to other people. And it might eventually be where you don't have to have a PlayStation to get PlayStation content. And once that happens, that's when you're going to start to see that Sony is going to try. If they ever do that, they're going to actually push away because they're going to see that they might make more money venturing out to everywhere else than
PlayStation Now. They've already said it's going to be available on like TVs and phones.
It's
and
only available the Sony stuff. Everything's Sony right now. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So they slowly transition to other things besides Sony. Start getting other people or anything else. I don't know about that one. If they start doing that like that, then you'll start to see that transition over, and I think that's the thing right now. I still don't think, clearly, I don't think we're going to be ready in like 10 years, 15 years for streaming. It's not going to be ready. Digital download, it's not consistent still, even though internet's getting better. Like, I know for everyone it sucks because, as you can see, the servers crash because too many people are downloading at the same time. Minecraft brought down PS4 servers when people try to download it at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not ready yet either. But
isn't that shocking? I'm sorry to interrupt. Isn't that shocking that Minecraft can still bring down something?
It's Sony's fault though, because there was no pre-downloading for that game because they made them fix the bugs, so everyone downloaded at the same time. And yeah, I'm still shocked.
5-year-old game.
I mean, you can download the damn game.
I'm gonna play it right now, man.
I don't know. I don't think Minecraft's that great.
Hey, Robbie, when you get done with your Destiny fix, think you could teach the BC Gamers some things on Minecraft and PS4?
It's possible.
I'll give with my kids.
Sicilian. I want to give a shout out to Sicilian Stazillion. He took me out into his Minecraft world, showed me some things, me and my wife, and we had some fun. So shout out to you, Sicilian. Had some fun. Hit me up on PlayStation Network, and we'll get in there soon.
Do they have key parties in Minecraft yet?
Key parties?
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, tea party.
What was the next thing? Didn't you say you want to talk about, what's that topic called? It's a short topic, something small. What is it called? Smash.
Oh, get out of here.
Smash Brothers.
3DS? That's on the small topic.
Where's my 3DS at, damn it?
I know Robbie's been playing it.
Robbie, you don't even go.
Okay, so while everyone's talking, say again, sorry.
Robbie, you play the demo, right?
Demo of Smash Brothers?
Yeah, no? Am I
I don't
crazy?
even have a 3DS.
Maybe I'm thinking not too nerdy. Or no, I'm thinking of 95 gamer.
Played it.
Really, Briar? Really? Is it game like that?
Yeah, I tried the game.
Play it, Beasley?
Yeah, I played it.
Oh.
We got it on 5 3DSs in the house, and I think my kids are playing it right now.
So what's the deal? You can play it times, is that correct?
Say what?
You can only play the demo 30 times?
I hate how Nintendo does their demos. That sucks.
That's
does
so
suck.
gay.
But the thing is, you can play it, and you can play it for hours and hours and hours, and once you back out and go back to the home screen, that's one time.
What if you close it and open it?
I don't know. I don't want to risk it.
So you just leave it open?
I let Nova try it because hers was actually downloading, and she went back to my home screen like 3 times, and of course I was pissed. So I took it away from her. Let me say, man, this Smash Brothers, it looks great. It moves great. The only thing that I think you can play is Pikachu, Mario, Mega Man, and I don't know, is it Link? I only played as Mario and Mega Man because I only played it for about 15 or 20 minutes.
And Mega Man's best, but continue.
No, Mario's always
No,
Mario will
Mega Man's-
always be the best. Okay.
No, Mega Man's OP though. Just letting you know, I'm gonna beast with that. But go ahead,
I
continue.
guarantee you will lose to me. I'm gonna fucking put it on my channel. Anyway,
That's going on YouTube.
and forgive the sound coming from the hellions upstairs. I think there's 85 kids up there. Yeah, it feels great. The only thing I don't like as much is the control layout. You can't use the D-pad at all. It's all done with the right stick, the analog, the left stick, and it doesn't feel as responsive as I'd like. You know, playing on the GameCube, which is the definitive version of the game, if you ask me, you can actually articulate and make really precise movements. It doesn't feel nearly as precise on the 3DS. That being said, though, on the 3DS, it does feel good enough to play against people. But if you really get into Smash Brothers like me and some of the other people that I play with, and you're like on the world-class level, the 3DS control scheme might not work for you. I just felt like and maybe you could change it. I haven't played it enough to actually know, but the control layout that they have set as default is very strange because it's set up the same way that the GameCube controller is set up, but it just does not work on the 3DS. It doesn't feel right. So I feel like on the 3DS version, I'll probably have to change some things. But it looks great. It sounds great. Even when the screen panned all the way back so you can see all 4 characters on the screen, I had no issue seeing the characters' animations. It all looks really good. So my kids just told me today after playing it, Brett and Brandon, that they want it for sure. I'll probably wait and get the Wii U version with the GameCube controller. But I played it today. It's available now on the Nintendo eShop. And if you got a 3DS, try it out. I think it'll be a big seller. It sold 1 million copies in the first 24 hours in Japan.
Yep.
So it's a big deal, and I think it'll be just as big over here, if not bigger, because Smash Brothers has a huge following. Some of you guys don't know about it. Some of you guys don't know about it yet, but you're going to learn when that game comes out.
So I played it, and I think that it's decent. And it doesn't work on 3DS. Sorry, I'm sorry for people like me that has bigger hands. It doesn't work. It does not work. It cramps up. It hurts. Okay, like which version do you have? Do you have XL? Is that what you're playing it on, Beastly?
No, I was playing it on the regular 3DS.
XL, and it hurt my hand. It still felt cramped up to do that. You cannot.
Well, you know, Kate's only 5 foot tall, so I've learned how to use my hands on really small things.
Obviously. That was obvious.
That's a trap. You're not supposed to comment on that. Next thing.
Good shit, Robbie. You turned that around on me good.
Beastly Gaming and
very used to
Beastly
handling
Gaming
small items.
family does not endorse domestic violence.
Mr. Gamer's very used to handling small items.
All thoughts and opinions expressed by the Beastly Gamer are his and his alone.
That was the best ever, Robbie.
I didn't know the comment. I just left that open. I thought about it, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be the guy, but Robbie's that guy. And, like the control, it just bad. Like I literally was thinking, should I mod this like that one guy did and mod it so you can put a GameCube controller like inside his 3DS, which was freaking awesome. Even though you can never do that on the go, pretty much, but that was the only way to play. It just feels weird. I kind of do like one thing that a lot of people were pissed off about is that the ice climbers are not in the game. They're not going to be in the 3DS version because it's not enough graphics to actually play, which I like because I think they're OP, that they're horrible. They're the worst characters Nintendo made. Like, they're ridiculous. You get 2 players versus 1, and they tag teaming. They do that special hold that's ridiculous. But that's something else that I don't like. But, yeah, the game's okay, but it just doesn't feel right in handheld. I feel like it's like the Smash Brothers Lite version. It's like it's not the real thing, but like it tries to be the real thing. And I
think it'll be one of the biggest selling 3DS games.
It will, because there's more people 3DS than Wii U, and I think that, to me, I feel like it might pull people away from the Wii U version because more people have the 3DS version. People that have 3DS versions gonna feel like, oh, I don't have to buy the Wii U just to play this game since I already have the 3DS version with the 3DS. You know what I mean? So I feel like this could have been the game that brought people just to the Wii U only, but instead they're gonna just do the 3DS version. But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I know that there's people that were planning to buy the Wii U just for Smash Brothers, you know, and I felt that even more would have did that if they didn't have Smash Brothers on the 3DS.
When's the Wii U version come out?
Who knows?
Didn't they say
next year probably?
Didn't they already announce it? It's in December or no?
It might be. They've been changing it so often, man. I won't believe it till I see it. I feel like 9 to 5 gamers. Fuck it. I won't believe it till I see it. But,
is there even a Wii U version? Are they gonna cut out their own game, like, slowly? Without telling you? No, just kidding. Imagine that. Like, no, they wouldn't do that. But
they have so few Wii U's out there. It wouldn't make any sense, really. I know Smash Brothers would move Wii U's, and it still is. It's going to move Wii U's now once it releases. But they've got so many 3DSs. They own the market on the handheld market, so why not create a version out there for the people who do more handheld gaming as well as the Wii U version? I don't think that game has enough to turn the tide for the Wii U. Why not make them both? It'll still move some Wii U's, but it's going to move gangbusters on the 3DS.
And the thing I'm pissed off about is that they do an update to friggin' the 3DS, is the new one that's coming out, that has the buttons that you need for Smash Brothers, but yet they released Smash Brothers early. Why wouldn't they release that console early? Why didn't they announce it early?
The new 3DS is going to have ice climbers in it, so you might want to stay away from that.
It gets me so upset, like that. The fact that the one that's meant for that game is the one that they don't have out yet, and they're going to do something. Are you telling me you would actually use that little eraser to go up and down, left and right? Little eraser is better than no little eraser. Like, that's
I don't use that. I'm a pro, baby. I don't use no cheats.
I don't make mistakes. I don't need an eraser.
Heard that, Brian. I don't use that shit.
I tell you right now, that it's not just about that. I'll talk about the other buttons around there. There's more buttons on there. There's more things that you could use that'll make it a lot easier to hold on than the way it is now. And, like, they know this. And they know that the graphics are a little bit stronger, too, that they could have increased the graphics. They knew this. And that's why they're going to have a special edition that's going to come out. There's better graphics. There's going to be more characters. There's going to be, like, the full one, because they're going to add DLC to this one, which you know that's going to happen now because Nintendo does DLC now. They're going to put new characters you could get later, and then later on they're going to release the new one with that console. DLC now. That's going to be the full edition. Because Nintendo, whoever showed Nintendo, like, it happened like literally 2 months ago. Someone introduced Nintendo to DLC, and as soon as they did that, now everything's DLC with Nintendo now.
They're going to start releasing Blaster Master levels.
Like, yeah, they're going to everything. They're going to do a Super Mario Brothers 3. There's going to be extra magic flutes flying around. Like, seriously, they're going to add everything to it. Like,
so your 3DS is a 3DS XL, right, Not Too Nerdy?
Yes. DS.
So I know what you want to say, and I'm going to say it for you. Scuff, we would like a Scuff 3DS XL, made specifically for Not Too Nerdy ENT, so he could cheat with the back of the console.
You guys ever used the NVIDIA Shield? It's like an Xbox controller with a screen on it.
Screen on top.
Except it's like indented, like it's like.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable.
You really?
Do you have one?
No, I've used one though.
Wait, you said it's everyone said that's the one thing. It's like weird. Like, because it goes in. Well,
I'm going to say comfortable compared to a PSP, PS Vita, 3DS, DSXL, RT130. They're all...
He didn't say Game Boy Advance SP, though.
Yeah, they're all flat. They're all like the buttons. This thing almost feels like an Xbox controller. Yeah, the buttons are kind of recessed a little bit, but it feels mostly like an Xbox controller.
How long was it for? Consecutively.
Okay, so it was hooked up to a kiosk, so it was below my hips.
Well, hey, you know, they might have
my hands were already doing that.
Yeah, because, like, people sit after a bunch of hours because the thing is, the main feature of that is streaming PC games. So people were playing, like, full PC games like this for a while, and they said it just cramped them up. Like,
right.
I don't know. I mean, it does. I know what you mean, that it's wider. It does have a better grip, but yet it just, the only problem I see is that it indents this way, but it has to because the screen folds in. So, like, I don't know. They're stuck on that. They had to indent it, but I don't know. I just think this whole 3DS thing is ridiculous. I don't like the new one that they announced. I think that's a 3DS.5. Like, it's not really a 3DS. Like, it's not a new generation. I don't count as a new generation.
The DSi. Remember that DSi that came out?
this is worse than the DSi, because now like you're literally having like a graphical increase by a slight amount. It's not just the buttons and everything else. Like it's literally from now on, people are not going to make separate games. They're not going to make a separate game for they're only going to make it for the new one. They're not going to support the old one because there's more buttons.
When you guys buy Super Smash Brothers, do you guys buy it for? Do you play it like against a computer, or do you mostly buy it as a multiplayer game?
All multiplayer. It's
I mean,
so with the Wii version, it didn't work. With the GameCube version, it was all local. And so this is the one that everybody's waiting for. This is the one that's going to really change the paradigm.
The 3DS is going to be your multiplayer experience. That's going to change the Super Smash Brothers multiplayer world.
No, I'm talking about the Wii U.
Okay.
Yeah.
The 3DS multiplayer does work though. Maximilian made a video on it. He actually spent hours playing it, and it works seamlessly. He was playing against people in Japan. Mm-hmm. And he said, he got very little latency and lag, so that's going to be a big deal for people who want to really hone their skills on 3DS. But for me, the definitive version of this game is going to be the Wii U version. That's the one I've been waiting for since the GameCube version of Melee. And so that's the one I'm waiting for, and I hope everybody here gets it, man, because that's going to be a hell of a lot of fun.
Plus, there's not a shot in hell I'm buying that game for myself.
3DS also has that special game mode too. That like it's different. That you get to like what's it called again? The battle mode or something like that. Like that you do different things. It's not just a normal battle and stuff. And like at the end of that battle mode, whatever points you get and tributes, you actually bring that over to actually battle everyone else with. So it's different things. And like. It's just ridiculous, this whole thing, because I'm telling you, they're going to sell a full edition version when it comes out with the new one, because they have the amiibos and everything. They're going to come out with that new 3DS. That you're going to get certain amiibos that you can carry your attributes to place in there, and you can go against other people, and you just bring that and let it upload your information on it. But
if you're buying Super Smash Brothers for multiplayer mainly, you don't want to wait for the second edition of it, because that's like buying Ghost in August.
No,
you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're double dipping. Like they're doing it on purpose, because they know it's gonna force people to go back. Because what's gonna happen here is they're gonna release that amiibo stuff. Like they're gonna release that with the Wii U version. They're gonna try to do amiibo. I guarantee they're gonna try to do that for the Smash Brothers as well. And then after that amiibo with the Smash Brothers, you can upload that information to the new 3DS version as well. They're going to do something where they're going to try to double dip for everyone. And I think this is ridiculous, to be honest. That's just my opinion.
It's all money, man. It's just the way it is,
I still think they screw people over. But
we gotta talk Mr. Rabbit into getting this game out today. I don't know why you're so against Mario and his friends getting together and kicking ass.
Mario is not for me anymore. Nintendo does not. We've talked about this before. Nintendo does not make products for me anymore. They just don't.
I completely agree. Like Mega Man's the only one is for you. Like let's.
But that's not Nintendo. That's Capcom.
Exactly. See, there you go. Mega Man is the only one.
Yeah.
I felt like that for a long time. Like N64 is the last Nintendo console that I really, really enjoyed for a multitude of games. After that, it's kind of been like the GameCube just felt like a toy, and then the Wii, and then the Wii U, and the 3DS. I don't know. I've had some enjoyable experiences here and there, but for the most part, Nintendo just doesn't make games for adults. They make what I feel like are children's games.
Smash Brothers is really something that a lot of adults get into.
I understand that, and a lot of people like Mario a lot more than I do. I'm not the biggest Mario fan out there. Even as a kid, I wasn't the biggest Mario fan out there. I like more adult games, even when I was a kid. It's just a personality. Not adult games, mature games, realistic games. I don't know what to say exactly without making
Leisure Suit Larry? Okay.
No, like I preferred Metal Gear instead of Mario, or I like Zelda more than Mario. It's just Mario. I liked Mario. Don't get me wrong. It's just it wasn't all consuming. Like I feel like the Nintendo franchise isn't as big as it is for other people.
I have to agree with that. I feel the same way. I just don't have a Nintendo appeal anymore. I'm in a different market now. Those games don't appeal to me as much as they used to.
Yeah.
You might not like this, Briar, but I'm gonna admit, like the reason why I didn't buy Call of Duty last time, I feel like that's turned into a kids game.
Okay.
For a second there, I was like, what?
Kids game is the wrong way to put. Maybe like Like that.
I'm just teasing, man. You know I'm buying a new Call of Duty, by the way. So I just had to throw it out there.
It does sound like condescending when I say kids game, and I don't mean it that way. It's more like a.
No, I understand. It's because they have like the cartoon like little kids.
Yeah, like, it's more of like a like a happy.
Disney World type of experience.
Sure, yeah. It's like Disney also never really appealed to me that much. I was more into Looney Tunes, even though they're both cartoons. Looney Tunes. I always enjoyed how.
You use a better example.
Dude, you're just digging a hole.
I guess I don't know.
Looney Tunes was cool though, like that counts. But like,
I didn't know they were racist when I was a kid.
Oh, God.
Oh man.
Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee just see the car.
You know how like you said like Disney is all like not Disney. You see Nintendo's all happy and stuff. Yeah. Like it's funny, has anyone noticed like Sony's becoming like the opposite, like dark and gloomy, like games, like very sad and depressing games, like
even Ratchet and Clank.
What is going on with that? Everything they're making now is like depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see how Nathan Drake looks now? I mean, he looks he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah. That does seem to be kind of true, but I think Sony and Microsoft are focusing on gamers that have been growing up with them. Nintendo focuses on the gamers that started, but they have frozen time and have consistently made games for that age group, with the exception of a few games like Bayonetta, And that's what Nintendo's issue is. Nintendo will always have the younger gamers because everybody's young at some point in time, but they do not adapt and grow with their gamers.
I don't think they have a clear direction at all. I think they have a few really, really talented game developers over there. But I don't think Nintendo as a company has a real good game. What's that?
I said Miyamoto is only one game designer. Who else do they have?
I don't know. The guys that are currently doing Zelda, I think, are pretty good.
Yeah.
The guys that... Go ahead.
I just think that like Nintendo, which is slowly starting to see now, like they gotta trust the rating system themselves and stop protecting everything. Like because it's okay to sell for adults and kids games. Like the problem is they're trying to focus on the younger groups. That's why the people who are older they don't follow anymore. But just like Sony and Microsoft, they both sell stuff for kids and they sell things for adults. Like it's okay to separate the market and have more target audiences. And I think they're just not okay with that. But now you're starting to see that because games like Bayonetta would never, like you see some of these pictures, even I'm thinking like, whoa, like this girl's legs are split in half. Like they're showing things, you know what I mean, that they never showed before, Nintendo. Like I don't even think like they even know what that stuff is. Like they're like, whoa, what move is that? Like, so there are certain things that you see is starting to get like, there's another game too. The other one that was supposed to be for PS3 and Xbox 360 that they picked up.
Person.
And it's a very bloody and gory. Like that game it has curses, bloody, gory. It's not a Nintendo game. They're picking it back up, and I think they should be doing stuff like this and let the ratings like work by itself. That if a parent buys it, then they're choosing to buy it. Like it's
Wait, is it Devil's Third you were talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly the game.
Yeah, that's it. Devil's Third, yeah.
And like that's the thing. Nintendo like to do it themselves. They didn't like certain things to be released. They really were in charge of everything. And like I think they're starting to be a little more loose with what they're doing. And I think that's the key to success. That's how you get third parties on board with you. That you don't regulate them, that they can't show certain material like on your console. So.
Yeah, I think Nintendo should redefine themselves, and never get pigeonholed. But maybe that's what they're doing. The fact is, games like Bayonetta, 5 years ago or 2 years ago, there would have been no way we'd even see something like that coming to a Nintendo console. But now, the whole paradigm shift because Nintendo's the only console getting it. So maybe they do hear some of the public outcry. Maybe they do hear some of the criticisms coming from gamers that they've been doing that for years, making games for children and making games that are centered around a very young audience, and that may in some ways be a detriment to the company, and maybe for the first time in years they're actually seeing that. When the PlayStation 3 first launched, it was a big hiccup for Sony. They screwed up in a lot of ways. They're selling this $600 console, and things were really bad for them. And they came out after Microsoft. And it was just a big debacle, and they learned a lot from that launch. And hopefully, with this hiccup that is the Wii U, Nintendo might be able to turn it around the same way that Sony did with the PS4 by releasing good hardware, putting talented developers together that can make games for everybody. That's me being the optimist, and hopefully one day that will happen.
I think they will, because now they figured out this new invention called the internet, and now they might use it. Like they might use internet DLC. They're like, wow, we have internet DLC to our power that we could do things.
Now we got Mercedes and Mario Kart.
Yeah, whoever thought they got
the
Mercedes.
money troll, trade roll.
I'll tell you right now. People were laughing, but if it was a Lambo, if it was a Lamborghini or Ferrari, they could get it in Mario. You know damn well you were downloading that. I would have went down.
I was hoping for a smart car. Give me something that eco-friendly.
If Mario had a whip with like spinners on it, yeah, I would buy that in a second.
Why is Mario burning all these fossil fuels like an asshole? Come on, give me a Tesla.
You really be worried about that when there's flaming turtle shells and shit everywhere?
Yeah, why doesn't Mario drive like a Prius or something like that? Be eco-friendly.
Yeah, right? Come on.
So isn't that bad? By the way, isn't that bad advertisement for Mercedes? Because like, what if you crash? So you're just saying that your car is reckless. You know what I mean? Like
my Mercedes is roughly equal to your go-kart.
It's like you're okay as long as you hit that turtle shell. You gotta watch out for those.
Don't hit any banana peels when you're driving a Mercedes.
Have any of you guys seen the new Zelda game that came out? This like Dynasty Warriors.
No, I've seen advertisements for it. That's it.
No one cares. Move on.
That's out. and I think maybe humor.
No one cares. Move on.
I think that probably over the next 6 to 8 months, Nintendo, and I'd like to congratulate all of us. This is the most we've talked about Nintendo in this last few years.
We somehow did it.
But they're doing some things right now. They got some really good games coming out. They got a nice catalog of stuff that they could announce in the future, and I'm going to put my hands together and pray for Nintendo. Hopefully within the next 12 months, they're actually really relevant in the gaming scene again. So that's what I got to say about Nintendo, and hopefully things turn around for them. We can get BriarRabbit to get Smash Brothers on the Wii U.
That's not happening.
That game's only going to be good for playing with you guys. That's it.
Let's see how many people buy for the Wii U because Project Project Platinum or whatever is the one everyone's doing that game, the one you talk or Bayonetta game. Yeah. That's the movement all the Nintendo fans have to try to buy a Nintendo game, the Bayonetta too. So let's see if they're pushing to try to buy 1 million copies, and a lot of people pre-order and download it, pre-order the game. So let's see how many copies they sell.
So they're trying to artificially inflate the sales of
There's
Bayonetta.
I don't know though.
To release more third-party action games.
It's called Project Platinum, right? Isn't that what it's called?
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
I honestly don't think that Bayonetta is a strong enough driving force. It's like when you think of third-person action games, I can think of 5 on top of my head that to me I perceive as better than Bayonetta. Devil May Cry, God of War. Help me out, guys. I only thought of 2. But
Tomb Raider.
These games are all better.
Uncharted, you can count.
Well, I'm thinking more of a slasher type. That it plays Castlevania, Lords of Shadow.
Yeah.
I really like that more than Bayonetta. Unless this game comes out and has really good reviews, and that's the only place you can get it, I don't see it really driving Wii sales the way that Nintendo might be hoping. Of course, I'm happy to see Bayonetta, get a second game. They're talking about possibly doing a third because of how awesome this game is. They did a comparison side by side with Bayonetta 1 on the Xbox 360 and Bayonetta 1 on the Wii U, and the Xbox 360 still look better. So hopefully, Hopefully Bayonetta 2 is actually something worthwhile, but I don't personally think it has enough. It doesn't have that big enough of a fan base to really drive sales of the Wii U.
I think that if you've seen the amount of people responding to the Project Plan or whatever it's called, I'm thinking they're going to sell 1 million copies. But here's the thing: I don't agree with it. And I told 9 to 5 this. I don't agree with it because I feel like your hope of selling 1 million copies to show other because they're trying to do it. A lot of the people that are doing it for third parties. They try to get third parties on board and say, hey, if you come to us, we will buy your games. And I don't think they know about this move. They're going to know about this movement to see that it was artificially done. Like, not every time people are going to join up and pay $60 to see a game that they're not interested in. What?
Why do you have a condom on your thumb?
What are you talking about? This is
your left thumb.
Bottle cap.
Oh.
Oh, that's the kind of variety.
Dangling around. Like, what the heck?
If you got problems, you think this is if you got problems, you think this is a condom.
That's a running condom. That's a baby condom.
I'm like, what?
This is a bottle cap.
Not too dirty. That seems like a failed. Like, it just doesn't seem like anybody thought that all the way through, because on the surface, everybody's going to see, people bought this just to try and bait us into releasing a game.
Not to mention, a lot of people I know, like, are they really interested in Bayonetta? Because a lot of people didn't even play the first Bayonetta. I understand you got Part 1 and Part 2 in this. That's a good thing. They give you both when you buy this. So you get to play the original, and then you get to play Part 2, which is really great. But at the same time, like, a lot of people are doing it because it's a movement that they want to support, and they're doing it for the support of Nintendo. But at the same time, I don't think it's the point of it isn't helping you, And I think that's the problem with it. And, like,
I bet the Bayonetta developers are pretty happy about it, though.
Oh, yeah, they don't care. Like, every people later, they're like, this is awesome. Yeah, it's Project Platinum, but... So, we'll see.
It's like selling cookies at school and getting all your family members to buy them all, and then going back to school and bragging your ass off.
Yeah.
They've got crack in them. They've got crack in the cookies. They're so good.
Peter Griffin over there. Ladies,
all right, guys.
Peter Griffin.
Oh.
And I see we're winding down on time, but before we get close to ending the show, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. We talked at length, at least a little bit yesterday, about the potential for expansions, DLC, and things that can be changed and tweaked in the world of Destiny that you guys think would improve the experience. Anybody want to elaborate on some of the possible things that they can do to make this game a better experience for us? I think personally that changing what you can do in the tower would be a great idea. I think, was it Robbie yesterday who said a pool table?
Yeah.
Put a pool table in the tower.
Pool would be sick. Yeah. Why the hell not?
I don't think it works in space.
I want ping pong.
I don't think it works in space.
Those balls that hit somebody in the face.
We can try it.
Magnetic ping pong. Magna ping
Tower
pong.
is on Earth, so.
Magna pong. There we go. Trademark pending.
I think something like that would work really well. You said what now?
Voice chat. I think, like, where someone walks next to you, automatically you start to hear them in your voice chat.
That'd be nice.
What MMOs have, and that's what they need. When actually, as someone gets closer to you, you'll literally hear them. And that's what it is. That's how you interact to the world. And
the way DayZ is set up, the same way DayZ is set up.
As long as I can turn it off.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you could block someone or mute something. You could do that, or you could set before the game that you don't want to chat with anyone, and maybe it'll say a symbol on their head that's saying that they're not going to chat with them, that it's pointless to talk to them, whatever. But besides that, like, yeah, that would be nice. That people walk in and say, hey, what's up, man? Do you want to do the raid with me? Like, that's how you really interact with someone. That's what you do. They're talking about this whole world of interactive people. Well, you're only interacting with the friends you had before you went into the game. Why not make it where someone actually meets someone at the tower and you can actually literally interact with them and then go play a game?
Yeah.
I think that should be the first thing they do, actually. I honestly do. Yesterday, Kate and I were trying to do the weekly challenge.
Yeah.
And we spent probably an hour and a half in the area that you have to fight the 3 princes.
Mm-hmm.
And every time we got to the 3rd wave, we got wiped out. And people would go by, and I didn't have time to try to send them a message. I'm on PS3.
Yeah, this sounds familiar, doesn't it, guys?
Yeah. And after about an hour, she looked at me and she said, "We can stop, babe." I said, "No, let's keep trying." And after about an hour and a half, I said, "Okay, we can stop."
That's when you gotta go to your friends list and say, who wants to help us out here?
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that we'll do it on PS4, or I'll let her do it on PS4, and maybe let 1 or 2 of you guys join her, since you guys are stronger.
See, but I said right away, I already knew. I told Briar, look, Briar, we need a Titan class. Yeah. Like, we need a Titan. And then, like, we're like, well, I guess we got Robbie. Might as well, Robbie.
Fucking on me, that's fine.
The funny thing is, we're talking like we need a Titan class. So Robbie's
in the voice chat.
and he's like, guys, I'm here, guys. Whatever you need me, guys. So I'm like, no. We need a Titan class. We need a really good Titan class.
Fuck you, goddamn.
He's like, guys, what about me? What about me? I'm a Titan class. Like,
And he's the highest
We
level.
already had a third person. We didn't want to kick him.
but
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about Destiny it's just been so much fun. You know, it's like the social aspects of like the stress of dying and like watching somebody, you know, come and try and revive you, even though there's a wizard shooting at you, and the stress of doing it for somebody else, and coordinating an attack, and also making fun of each other because Robbie didn't put the Titan shield in the right place. And
All right.
this guy puts the Titan shield out in the open. We turn around.
I might have one time.
We're like,
One
okay,
time, yeah.
we're good as long as the shield stays up, which it doesn't stay up forever.
Okay.
But it's just been a blast, you know. It really has.
Yeah, I haven't had any complaints about Destiny. I honestly, with all the fervor that was surrounding the game when it was first released,
Yeah.
I had a lot of doubts in my mind as to whether or not I would really find it as exciting as I do. I was thinking that, you know, these are professional reviewers. These guys do this for a living, and it's across the board. All these reviewers, you know, really downing the game for what they thought it should be. I gotta say, honestly, now after 2 weeks of playing the game, I don't agree with any of them. I've had a lot of fun with you guys playing the game. I've had a lot of fun building my character and finding new loot and interacting with people. I just think it's an awesome experience. But the thing that really is kind of the best for me to think about is what it's going to be. It's like if like you said, Brian, we were talking about Minecraft earlier today, and what Minecraft was when it first started compared to what it is now. That's where we are right now with Destiny. We're at the first iteration of Minecraft. This
World
is
of Warcraft is the same way.
the bare bones version of the game. And I was telling my sons last night, I said, you know, Hector plays Warframe every Wednesday, right? And I said, when we downloaded Warframe, yeah, he hasn't done it. But when you download Warframe now to your PS4, you have to download gigs of updates.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all that additional content that's been added to the game since the game was initially released. And so I was telling my boys, like, in a year, if you download Destiny for the first time, you're going to have gigs of additional data that you have to download because of all the tweaks and additions and new strikes and new campaign levels and new, Crucible maps. All this stuff is going to be added to the game.
It'll probably be $150 worth of DLC.
Yeah, I mean, the game is going to be extremely massive. You know, it's going to be a real big deal, and that's the thing that probably excites me the most about it. Knowing that probably in a year we'll be level 50. You know,
level 60. I'll be level 100 by then. I don't know about you.
They ain't gonna go that fast. And that's another thing I was going to ask you guys. What pacing do you think they're going to adopt as far as changing the level cap? Because for me, I play a game called Silk Road Online, you know, every now and then. I really play it sporadically now, but it seemed like every 8 months they would change the level cap by 10. And now I think it's to level 130. I think when I first started playing the game years ago, the level cap was 60. I'm talking about 8 years ago. So it's only 130 now, and people are still playing it. Not nearly as much now as they were then, but I think if they level it up too fast, it'll take away from the actual. It'll take away what makes that game special if you can level up too fast. I think that they want to kind of pace it maybe every 6-8 months.
I right before I was playing Destiny, I was playing Diablo, which is kind of a similar loot-driven game. But the difference between a game like Diablo and Destiny is that in Diablo, you're just clicking a button and hitting something over the head. But in Destiny, when you pick up a new gun, it's got different characteristics. Like if you just want to focus on auto rifles, the characteristics for auto rifles can vary pretty widely. The recoil pattern can be different, the rate of fire can be different. So you really need actually time to get used to that gun to use it effectively, as well as upgrading it. So in a way, in Diablo it was nice because you're constantly getting new loot, but you had a lot more slots to put it in. But you also never really had to get used to that loot. in Destiny, you have to get used to that new auto rifle. And if you were constantly just switching out your auto rifle, you'd never really get used to it. And when you finally did upgrade, it wouldn't feel that special, you know. And the way it works now is that you get a new auto rifle. You've really been looking forward to that auto rifle. Your old auto rifle is fully leveled up, but this new auto rifle, you know, it's got a different characteristic for recoil. Maybe this one, you know, goes a little bit off to the right or a little bit, you know, off to the left or whatever. You can upgrade it by, you know, and get it to focus right in. So I'm torn because the grind is real in Destiny, and I wish that I could get stuff a little faster. It's frustrating to get, you know, those rare drops when you really want legendary. But at the same time, I can see why they did it, and I don't necessarily disagree with it. I'd like to see the level cap go up, but in a smart way, too. I don't know. You know, it's so early in the game.
To be honest, what they did with this, though, they left so much room, like, for upgrades. Here's the thing. Now, on top of the armor, right? Yeah, we got plus light armor, right? Well, there's a plus dark armor. Like, whether there's a plus something else armor, and that's just armor. Now, what did they increase the level cap, not just for the armor, they increased the level cap for the actual level cap, which is 20 right now. They increased that to 40. Now, on top of that, what did they add another subclass? So now you're leveling up your subclass, a new subclass, while you're leveling up the original level cap, plus you have a different type of armor that you can level up. So, like, there's so much that they could do within leveling up that it's just by, if they were to add those three things right there, another subclass, another level cap, let's say they make it to 40 now, and then they increase the armor where it's dark armor or something now. Now it's a whole insane variety, and now you could choose within subclasses. So, like, there's so much variety right there alone that would take people another 50, 60 hours to level that, max that up. You know
That'd be
so
awesome.
Like,
and they're definitely going to do the subclass thing, and there's already an extra slot for it.
There's a slot there. So, like, that's what's saying. Like,
that they are doing dark armor.
Yeah. And like, so like, there's certain things that you could do, like that. There's so much room for them that it's gonna take even longer. It's not just the right. That's the thing. People are still trying to level up, and when you think about it, theoretically, other games would have been stopped already because they stopped the level up. They hit the cap, but this game has another cap for armor. So like, it's really no limit to it. They can constantly do it. And to answer your original question, I think they're gonna update it with each expansion. I think that's what the expansion is going to be about. It's not going to update before the expansion. It's going to be every expansion might have a slight improvement with level caps, new weapons are available, new styles of weapons, and who's to say exotic will be the last standard? Maybe there might be just exotic, but
there'll be a super exotic.
Something else.
Well, exotics and legendaries could exist in every level cap. It's like as you get further toward the end of level 30, 39, 38, you could get exotics for that range of level. But this is something I want to ask you guys because you all gotten further than me. I really like the loot system in this game, being that you can actually sit around other characters who you don't even know, and you can collect loot if they kill enemies. I think that's something I haven't seen before in any MMO. But I'm questioning the light system as far as leveling up your character, and the reason I'm questioning this is because you don't particularly have to do anything to get light armor. You can just be in a Crucible map, you can find a pickup or a drop, and you can find armor with a certain degree of light and level yourself up, which makes the whole leveling up system with light more chance-based than actual skill-based. A good example of this would be how Robbie was getting ready to leave the Crucible that you guys were in.
Yes.
Yeah. And he didn't. This is theoretical because he got a legendary. I don't know if he got legendary armor or a legendary weapon, but
Legendary weapon.
Okay, he got a weapon. But just say, for instance, you want to go into Crucible maps and you just walk around and get killed, or you go sit somewhere until the match is over. Theoretically, you could be awarded randomly with a chest armor or gauntlets with light and level yourself up without doing anything. And to me, that kind of flies in the face of what MMO grinding is really about. If it seems more chance-based and actual skill-based, the progression with the light system. I'm not saying with the actual system that we used initially through level 1 through 20, because that was actual experience points. You got experience points depending on who you killed, how you killed, what you did. But this new system with light seems more randomly generated and there isn't anything particularly that you have to do to get anything. And so it feels to me more like a chance or more like a random thing that you'll level up using this light system. And I want you guys' thoughts on it.
I have to sort of disagree with that. Now, the part of it, yes, you do get random stuff, right? I completely agree with that. The random stuff, without a doubt. Like, you random, some people will just get stuff for doing nothing. But majority of the stuff, you're going to have to do Crucible marks, and you can only do a certain amount of Crucible marks for a week. And that's the thing. So you could do Crucible the whole time, and they cap you at Crucible marks. What is it? 100 a week. So that means 100 a week means that you can only buy one legendary armor per week. That's the max you could do. And then the next one is the Vanguard marks. You have to be at a rank 2 to purchase either Vanguard marks or Crucible marks like armor. And that takes time to grind to get to that.
It's so 100 cap on that too.
Yeah, that's another 100 cap on that per week. So now you have two things that's the max you can do when you actually need to purchase it yourself. The rest is a grind. Now, if you do like those, even the loot farming, it's the chances you get a legendary isn't too likely either. And the reason why, your chances increase when you do higher level missions. Now, the problem with the higher level mission is you actually have to work your butt off to win those. So like when you actually go to a higher level, you may die a couple times, you may pick up better loot, but you have to beat them. That's the time that you get rewards. When you do the weekly challenges or the daily challenges at those higher levels, that's when you're going to start to see better armor stuff drop. Now,
and you're getting strange coins and
Light,
and the Ascendant shards and stuff like that. So
which helps you purchase things as well. And the thing is this, like, I will admit some things are kind of flawed when you're in a group. But, like, because one person that may have done nothing in a group, which sometimes is me, if you do nothing in a group, everyone else is doing something, you might get something that's rare when no one else did. You might get something that's legendary when no one else did. You know, that, to me, maybe they could balance it out. The person that's in the top of the fire team maybe should be the one that gets more sometimes, so it pushes people to do better. Maybe
a slight percent chance, like more.
Yeah, a slight percent. But,
not every time, but sometimes.
But besides that, you still have to grind because you have to switch. Like right now, I need a helmet. You know, everything else is legendary for me except the helmet, and it's only rare. And I have enough Vanguard marks, but I'm not rank 2 for Vanguard, so I have to switch to make sure I get to rank 2 for Vanguard in order to so I can purchase the helmet through the person for the Vanguard marks. You know, and that right there is another way of grinding. Now I'm grinding just to get that ranking up. So that's going to mean I'm going to do different missions. I got to do things just for Vanguard to raise, you know? And I think that's what it is.
What you're saying, I totally agree with. But more what I was saying is when you're using this light system to level up, I'm not talking about when you get higher level 27, 28. I'm talking about, like, for me, I just hit 23. Mm-hmm. There's been times that I just walked and just randomly found something and all of a sudden hit 23. You know,
I think it feels more random, though, when you're at level 20 to 23. Once you start earning the Vanguard points and the Mozolite and the strange coins, once you start using those to buy stuff, it feels less random. You almost feel like you're back to earning experience, like, because you just kind of like you slowly collect these, you know, strange coins, and then on Saturday you can go and buy, you know, the piece of armor that you really want, or same with the Mozolite or Vanguard points. As you play the Crucible, you're slowly collecting these Crucible marks, and then once you've collected enough, just like experience, you just, instead of just randomly getting something, you can actually purchase it like on purpose. So you actually get to choose what you want as you progress. You know, level 20 through 23 for me were kind of frustrating because, like, I didn't understand. I thought I was just waiting for something to drop. But what I really needed to be doing was earning the stuff.
Yeah. And I was doing it wrong on top of that. There's another thing that I was screwed up between the 20 and 23. I kept dropping weapons that didn't have enough plus life.
Yes.
That's not what you do. Because some of the weapons level up higher to what you have. So it might start out as a plus 13, but then as you level up that armor or whatever, it leveled up to higher than what you have.
Right,
and I didn't pay attention.
Thank you for telling me that yesterday, because I was doing the same thing.
You have to count. You have to count to see when it levels up what it's going to be.
Each one of those little shields will give you 2, I believe, right?
And it gives you plus 2. So you have to count to see what it's going to be, and it might be more than what you have. So,
yeah,
like,
I did that a ton of times too.
There's ways that I kept screwing up. I could have been at level 23 so much quicker because 23 took me forever. And then as I started to understand what they expect, like what they're expected for me to do, then like I started doing it better. And like you have to pay attention to that stuff. And I think that's why it's not really random per se, because once you randomly select something, now it's your task to level that up. And that's not random. That takes grinding also.
Yeah.
So even if they give you something, it's like they're giving you a gift. And it's like, wow, I just got something. I want to do it. I want to do something with this that I just picked up. And it's like the driving force to keep you playing because you just got something and now you want to level it up. So
once you hit a certain point, like I've stopped going to that cave, and I've stopped like just trying to randomly get as many engrams as I can. What I've started doing is trying to maximize my time in bounties, both in the Crucible and in the strikes. Yeah, but also trying to earn Vanguard points and my faction points as fast as possible, so that I can specifically buy exactly what I want, as opposed to just randomly waiting for stuff to drop. And I think that's something you just kind of figure out, and then it does feel more like earning experience points, because you're just earning them really slow.
And the secret, that's really not that much your secret, but the biggest secret is to go do what they tell you to do. If there's a daily strike, do the daily strike. Weekly strike, weekly strike. There's a special Crucible event where it's a Clash, not Clash. What's the other one that's right now? It's a random. It randomizes whichever game mode you play. There's like a new one. If you do that one, I got strange coins from doing that.
Yeah.
Like they give you certain things for doing what they tell you to do. That's only going to be there for a couple days.
They encourage you to spread across the game.
Yeah.
Don't just focus on one thing.
Yeah, they reward you just for doing different parts of the game, like you said. Like I think that's awesome, that part, because it doesn't, like, not everyone likes Crucible, but yet some people will do it. They have a different objective. Like they don't care if they're last place. They know that if I complete Crucible enough times, chances are I'm going to get something because I'm playing it enough. And like sometimes that's enough for a reward. Even if you're last place, you're slowly getting better, but at least you know you're going to get something for playing. And I think that's what rewards people for just trying. And
you might not get a drop, but you'll definitely get two Crucible marks.
Yeah.
Those Crucible marks add up over time. Like, what's it, 60 to buy a leg, like a...
The 60, 65, something like that.
65 to buy either like gauntlets or leg armor or a chest plate, and then 120 to buy a helmet.
Yeah.
So it's taken a long time to figure all this stuff out too, Yeah,
and that's
like if I were to start a new character right now, I'm positive I would level them up in half the time.
And also, if you went online to read like they wanted you to do, because that's how I found out more about my class. I actually researched my class, and it tells you what's the big advantage of Sunsinger, and it tells you what it does, like why Fireborn's important, like what's the importance of my class, and that's certain things that they wanted you to do. Not everyone did, and like now it's starting to make sense what they're aiming for in the game.
It's been fun to figure it out, though.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So. That's,
yeah.
Raids? Anyone? Raids? Raids?
Yep.
Raids?
All right, let's go play some Destiny, guys.
All right, it's over. Bye, everybody.
Anybody else? Anything else they want to add before we end the show?
Yes.
I'll be playing Minecraft and Destiny this week, hopefully.
I have a question.
Crazy final question. Yeah, let's do a crazy final question.
Sorry, I had to go like that. It's a little surprise. Anyway, all right. Out of any game, which game do you think, it doesn't have to be more recently, was truly the definition of overhyped?
Oh, shit.
Out of any game that you think, which is the one that was truly, it could be, no, not at any time, any generation when video games existed, which game was truly the exact definition of overhyped?
The one that came to mind right away was Battlefield 4.
Okay.
I mean, even the reviews were high on that.
Battlefield 4? Why? So why do you think it's just because the reviews and stuff?
The reviews were so high, people were so excited that game came out, and it was a steaming pile of garbage. Yeah, didn't function.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I got one that was fairly recently. And as fun as this game is to play, and as fun as it is to screw around, it's not quote-unquote amazing in any way. It wasn't a 10 out of 10 game, and I'm talking about GTA 5. As much as fun as that game is, and as fun as it is to play with friends, it's not an amazing game like people were saying it was. It's not 10 out of 10. Like, a game like that is not 10 out of 10.
Okay.
That was overhyped for me.
Beastly?
I'm still thinking about it.
You're the last one.
Oh wait, damn it!
Hurry up, Beastly, goddamn, hurry up.
Alright, everyone start throwing out names and try to guess what he's going to say, just to mess with us.
Alright. ActRaiser. Zelda. Zelda 2. Zelda 2! Ooh, that'd be a good one, actually.
I want to say, for me, it'd be probably an older game.
Wait, Aliens Colonial Marines. Wasn't
No.
that pretty hyped up? And that was a steaming pile of shit, so...
That was worse than shit.
Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
What's the name of the one where the guy was escorting the girl?
Every video game ever.
It was. It came out in I want to say 2011. Enslaved.
Oh.
Super Mario Brothers.
What? That's a great game. Are you kidding me? That was underrated,
It was
if
as
anything.
good as they said it was, homie. You better straighten that out. It
No,
wasn't
that
nearly
game
as
was
good as they said it was.
underrated. That game
I wouldn't
was
call that
underrated.
game hype, though. I mean, I bet a lot of people don't even know what the game is.
Yeah, I don't even what's heard of it. It's a
Around
fantastic
the time
game.
that it came out, it was everywhere, Brian.
Okay.
Beastly, no, you're completely wrong. That game
Don't
was
go there, Robbie.
very
Don't go there.
underhyped. That game is very underrated because
No, I don't-
it kind of came out. No one really
Odyssey of
knew.
the West. Are we talking
You know what?
the same
Even though
game?
Robbie doesn't know where to put a shield, I'm going to have to agree with him here.
I do know where to put a shield. It was that one time, all right? I was panicked. So,
I'm going to
Leave them
say E.T. for the Atari.
Oh,
Okay.
come on.
Yeah.
After the success of the movie, they're like, you know what? We make this game. It's gonna be great.
Oh no, I got my real
First
answer.
game ever.
I got
the
my
first
real
game
answer.
in history. It's E.T. Just saying.
I got my real answer.
What's the answer?
Into the Matrix.
That's a good one.
Now what?
That's a good one.
But I
Into the
think
Matrix that starred Jada Pinkett and her her little sidekick Ghost. That game was so damn hyped.
That
Of course,
was
I bought
hyped.
it the day it came out, and it wasn't terrible, but it damn sure didn't deserve the hype that it got. It was everywhere, man. This game, it coincides with the movie, and you'll be able to see certain things in the game that you can't see in the movie, and you'll get backstory, and you'll get all this stuff, and all these extra cutscenes that aren't in the movies, and they hyped the hell out of that game, and it was a letdown. And that's my definitive answer.
I think that the point of like this question now, like, is I think that majority of people's answers will be newer games the last couple of years, and I feel that this is due to gamers in general, like all of us are guilty of being overcritical of games. That you put your expectations so high, and then you criticize it for everything instead of realize that it's also a game, and you don't like what they're good at, you criticize it so much. And there's so many situations where a game could be good, and it's just bad reviews. Like, I did not like Timefall, but I'm not going to say Timefall is the worst game ever. And I'm not going to go that far. And there's people that say Timefall is horrible. I'm not going to say it's bad. I didn't like it. I think it lost my interest. But I think, to me, was it overhyped? I think it was overhyped to an extent, but it wasn't its fault. It's everyone else's. I think it's the media's part of it, and I think it's the way people judge it. I still think Titanfall is a good game. I don't think it was horrible, you know what I mean? But it wasn't my partake on it. I'm not a huge multiplayer-only map person, you know what I mean? I'm not like that. And that's why I didn't like it. I just think that
That would have been a good pick, too, Titanfall.
Yeah, nowadays I feel that I just feel like people are just overcritical in games, and I feel like the media is killing the game industry in one way. But I'm starting to see less and less people paying attention to scores anyway. So I really think scores.
Well, yeah, when Battlefield 4 gets a 9.0 or an 8.5 average on Metacritic, and then you bring it home and it doesn't fucking work. Yeah, there's some reasons you wouldn't trust game reviewers anymore.
It's just ridiculous. But I think as gamers too, you have to start understanding that too. Like,
Wait a second.
no one.
Hector, did you say ridiculous?
Ridiculous.
I heard ridiculous. Yeah, I heard a
They
little
made it cut out. Ridiculous.
I just heard a little
Ridiculous.
dinklage going on
Yo,
there.
that's ridiculous. Okay.
Oh, you get the dinklage.
That's exactly what I was saying. You heard a little dinklage in there.
That's ridiculous.
But I mean, stuff like Destiny too. You know, like Destiny. To me, like people say it's overhyped, but at the same time, like something
That's
that
ridiculous.
you got a trial version for twice shouldn't be overhyped because you got to see what it was. The people who said that they thought it was going to be open world, well, was it open world during the beta or alpha? Were you ever restricted when you went to a spot? I believe I was. I believe it pushed me away during like places I try to get to. So I think you knew that was coming, but you're hoping for something else. And I think that people have to stop hoping and start seeing games for what they actually are and judge them for that. But that's
they laid Destiny out there. It might have still been overhyped. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I think they might have set up false expectations for some people.
Yeah.
I don't think it did for us though. It's like
I mean, I played the beta, so I knew exactly what I was getting.
Yeah, I didn't play the alpha. I played the beta, and that alone let me know. Just from seeing that, I was like, "This is something I gotta have," you know.
They used
overhyped or not, you know?
They use trickery. People heard MMO like, and they thought MMO like means a bunch of people at the same time. But what they meant by MMO like is the grinding part about the little missions and stuff. It was the like part that people don't like. Like some people don't like MMOs, and like, but they did say MMO like. They never said MMO like. So, but yeah. That's it for me.
That's a good question. I like
We're up, guys.
I wonder if we'll have different answers if we answer it again next week.
Yeah, probably.
All right, guys, I'm going to hang it up. Thank you guys very much for watching. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See you.